Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Esports Club Gauntlet Season 2, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. My name is Loki. Joining me for this one's going to be Quaid. Today, we have a very interesting matchup ahead. We're going to have Force 1 going up against the side of ORGLESS 5 as a first best of 3. Quaid, I can't wait to get started because the last time we saw Force 1, they were completely stomping other teams.
Exactly. Neither can I. And on top of that, the season 2 has been a complete bustle. I'm not really sure what's up with the teams, but then the best of the best have suddenly started losing out. And then there are underdog teams that come in and they are ripping the top dogs apart. So honestly, although we know that Force 1 is really good at what they do, I'm just looking forward to seeing what ORGLESS has got for us too.
Yeah, absolutely. And the next match of the day, it's going to be at 8 p.m. It's going to be between True Rippers and Enigma. So that's also a match that you don't want to miss out on. In fact, probably a match that everyone is really going to want to see because these two teams, well, we could say they're both vying for that same top spot, but only one of them is going to get it. But before we get on to that match, we do have Force 1 going up against ORGLESS 5. Now, Force 1 has had a rather easy time in the group so far. They've not really, struggled as much. They've just won their matches outright without putting a lot of effort in. And now they go up against ORGLESS 5. ORGLESS 5, who's been having a little bit of a harder time this time around, are going to be going up against Force 1, and it's going to get a little difficult for them. But let's have a look at the MVP standing. See, maybe if one or two of their players are actually up there on the MVP standing boards, and the answer is going to be no. So it's Cohesion, it's True Rippers, Global, and EXO, and that's SK Wow, Paradox, SK Rossi, and Coast, respectively, on that MVP standings. But yeah, this is interesting. You know, both the SK brothers already there on the MVP standings, Quaint.
Indeed it is. And it was waiting. It was honestly like a matter of time until SK Rossi was going to make it on too. We had SK Wow, Paradox, Coast. I'm not really sure who the last one was, but finally SK Rossi is here. We got our entire posse ready. And I'm amazed that SK Wow has made it to the top, which is pretty cool. Paradox has been dethroned for now, but I'm pretty sure he will have a lot to say. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be making his way back up to the top really soon.
Absolutely. But let's have a look at the group standings and see what this match is going to mean for both of these teams, Force 1 as well as ORGLESS 5, because I believe ORGLESS 5 are down in the dumps. This has been a rather disastrous group stage for them. They have 0-4-0 with not a single map won against any of these teams. Well, of course, sitting on top of that chart with with a scoreline of 4-0, beating out Global Esports, a behemoth of a team which you probably do want to look to beat if you want to get into that top 4. But the teams have been having a rather tough time, especially after Global Esports just completely shut down the side of FS Esports yesterday. They completely demolished them. It didn't seem like they had any chance whatsoever. In the second map, it looked like they were going to make a comeback. They looked very strong starting things off, but then Global, just being Global, able to come back and answer back and how. But yeah, this if ORGLESS 5 loses, I don't think they have any chance remaining of surviving for the next season here. They are going to be removed from the group stages, and they will have to come back again from the open qualifiers, Quaint.
Yeah, and that's going to be a hard grind. And I mean, they've managed it before. They are managing it again. I'm pretty sure they can make it back. But the thing is, once you're in the divisions, you kind of have to like fight to keep your name alive. You kind of fight to survive, if you will. I mean, no, not a callback to the Drive to Survive show at all. But yeah, you kind of have to fight to survive. And I hope that they can in the next season, because it's not really looking that good for them right now. And it all matters it depends upon what they're going to be how they're going to be performing in this match. And to be honest, if I am to give my prediction a little bit, I'm not getting my hopes that high up. But if they do manage to pull off a comeback, or if they do manage to defeat, F1, then it's going to be a sight worth watching.
Absolutely is. I mean, it's going to be hilarious if Force 1 do end up somehow, losing out to ORGLESS 5, a team that hasn't put up a single map so far. And I'm pretty sure after, what happened to them in the last season's playoffs against Enigma Gaming,
Yeah.
they don't really want to be having a repeat performance of that all over again. But yeah, I'm ready to see where exactly they're going to be going this time around. Force One, they've had a decent run so far. ORGLESS 5 shouldn't really be that much of a problem for them. But you never know. A corner dog always bites back hard. That's Cypher's line, and in this case, that's ORGLESS 5 in a nutshell. So. Yeah, they might just encounter a more fierce and a more reckless ORGLESS 5, which could prove to be the undoing for Force One.
Yeah, indeed. And we are going to be, showing you exactly what you're going to be watching today. So we're going to introduce Force One to you in case you haven't been initiated yet. And yeah, Floki, honestly, these guys don't need that much of an introduction. They left a pretty big footprint in the first season, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be doing the same thing here as well. We have Scar God, we have RBK, we have Shibi, and these guys together, they're just so amazing. And honestly, I want you to take it away and give us an intro on F1.
I mean, where do I get started, right? Force One, all these players, you've heard of all of them, every single one, just absolute behemoth in its own right. Scargod, you got Knight Rider, RVK, you got Rafa. I mean, all of these guys are just absolute frag stars, and you can always count on them to sort of carry you through difficult times. Knight Rider just being in Force One for quite a while. I'm sure he's taken time to adjust to their playstyle, and he's adapted rather well. What I am curious to see is how Force One end up facing up to some of these other stronger teams in the circuit as of now. I do believe that Force One have had one match either against Global or Valor. I don't quite remember which team it was, and they ended up dropping that one. But yeah, Force One are going to have some easy pickings today, so they're going to be stat padding a little bit. Going, if I'm being perfectly honest, not really trying to undermine what ORGLESS 5 are as a roster. I don't think that that they're particularly that strong, and I feel like going up against Force One, it's gonna be an uphill battle. It's gonna be a steep climb, and one of the issues that they're gonna face is just gonna be trying to dodge that map veto. That map veto can get very, very tricky. The cool thing that ORGLESS 5 did have going for them is that the last time I saw them, they actually picked up Icebox, and Icebox is not really a map that we've seen Force One play all that much. It's a map that they've steered clear off of for quite some time, instead opting to play Breeze. So maybe that's gonna come in as a factor somewhere. Maybe that's who knows, maybe that's gonna force out the side of ORGLESS 5 to ban out that Breeze map. But yeah, let's have a look at Force One's player spotlight and see which of the players has been performing really well and who we should be keeping our eye out for. And that's gonna be Rafa, the duelist.
Indeed. And honestly, the amount of experience this guy has in the entire esports scene, not just Valorant, just overall, honestly goes to show 130 kills, 143 deaths. He can do better. He has done better before. We know what he can do, what he's capable of. And this guy always loves to play that Ryzen, and he's always very explosive with it. At any point in time, if you're going to be looking at Rafa from the opponent's point of view, it's always Rafa flying across the map with his satchels, with his double satchels. So it's really entertaining at the least to watch Rafa play. And I'm pretty sure his KD is going to improve really, really soon because you know what he's capable of. And so far, he's actually not putting up that much of a fight. He's not showing us that much. Like, I'm pretty sure he's just playing it a little more chill. I feel like today he might have to up his game a little bit. And yeah, I'm just waiting to see what he's got for us today.
Absolutely. Rafa has been the player to watch for the side of Force One. If it's not going to be Knight Rider fragging out, it's going to be down to Rafa. And Rafa, he likes the dirty work. He likes rolling down there in the mud and being the first one in. Doesn't matter if he dies, as long as he gets his team an entry and gets them some control of that site, he's done his job. And that's why he loves playing that race. Just clear out those angles, get in the thick of things, and jump straight into the action. But I'm really curious to see how ORGLESS 5 are going to try and adapt to this, because ORGLESS 5, they've had a rough run, if I'm being perfectly honest. And the last time we saw Force One, they completely stormed Outset 13-0 on a map like Ascent. That was insane. But let's have a look at ORGLESS 5 and see what their players are made of and see how they've been doing so far. And yeah, I'm really curious to see what they're going to bring this time around. So we have Rex, we have Knive, we have Bullseye, Kev, and I believe that's Patrick. And that's going to be their lineup going up against the side of Force One. If I'm being perfectly honest, I really haven't had the opportunity to catch them play as often. I haven't really heard of them from previous tactical shooters either. This is new territory for me, but I do imagine that ORGLESS 5 had the chance to study the way Force 1 play, because Force 1, I mean, you have a lot of reference material, right? They've played the Season 1
Yeah.
playoffs, they've played the group stages, you've had some Season 2 matches as well, so I'm pretty sure they've done their homework. What according to you, do they need to keep in mind when going up against Force 1, Queen?
Honestly, I feel like they should be focusing more on the map selection because these guys, like, I mean, yeah, you haven't seen them in a lot of tactical shooters, but I have, and these guys do have the experience to show for it. And they don't really have to worry about the experience as much and more about adapting to a new game. They've already had a lot of time, but I still feel like they've got to, tweak their gameplay style just a little bit to stand up to the likes of Force One. Force One, I feel like they had an earlier start and they got a lot more time to like settle into the game of Valorant, and I feel like that's exactly what ORGLESS needs, and also like cohese together as a team. That's probably one of the only few things that are lacking in them, and once they get that right, once they can go into a site, with complete synchronization, that is going to be really, really crucial for them. And we've seen so many good teams that have so much potential in the aim game, in the IQ game. We've seen so many players who are from unheard of teams clutching out 1v4 situations. And you know that they've got the potential, but it's just that teamwork that is lacking. And I feel like that's the only thing that ORGLESS needs to work on. Otherwise, they're pretty airtight.
Absolutely, and I'm quite sure if ORGLESS have been keeping up with what Force 1 has been pulling off, they are gonna be really frightened after the shellacking that was delivered
Yeah.
to outside esports. But let's have a look at the player spotlight by AMD Ryzen Radiant and see which player from ORGLESS 5 we should be looking out for. I have a feeling that it's gonna be Rex himself on that Killjoy. And yeah, I mean, he's not really had the opportunity to showcase his skill as much because ORGLESS 5 really haven't been able to have the impact that they've desired. But maybe
Yeah.
today's the day that changes. Maybe today is the day where they turn a new leaf, where they tell themselves, guys, it's do or die. It's now or never. If we want to keep our spot here, we need to start winning these matches. And maybe that's going to spring them into action. Not just Rex, but everyone else on the roster as well. Doesn't really have the best combat score if you look at it,
Yeah.
but I mean, when you're losing this hard, the stats can just appear extremely demoralizing, and the stats actually somewhat start to be a little. I wouldn't say less relevant, but the stats wouldn't tell you the full story. I mean, because you
Yeah.
don't know what the player's going to be thinking today. You don't know how they're going to be feeling before we jump into this game. And hey, maybe if they've had a chat with each other, if they've actually talked to each other, they're going to have a good time going up against Force One.
Exactly. And like I said, right, this is kind of a team game. It's not like a 1v5 just standoff of sorts, because even if you are really good individually, it still is a team game. You need to go in together as a team. And if that's not going to be working out for you, you are not going to be able to showcase your talents as well. And yeah, you're completely right. The stats don't say the complete story. Sometimes you see situations in which they're stuck and they honestly don't have a way out. And you just end up pitying them. And I feel like that's what Rex has been facing. And I'm pretty sure if they just get that like one spice that is missing in the entire bowl of ingredients, I feel like they're just gonna be coming up really, really fast. Because ORGLESS, like I said, I've seen them before. I know how good they can be, and I really want them to come up there.
Yeah, likewise. I agree with you. I just want to see ORGLESS 5 actually perform for a change and do something that we haven't seen them do before.
Yeah.
But before we actually jump into the game, we need to have a look at the map veto and see what maps are going to be in play. Is Icebox going to be in there? Because that is a map that the side of ORGLESS 5 have picked up earlier. But no, it's not going to be there. I
Okay.
believe it might have been banned out. So it's going to be a split pickup by Force 1. This is a throwback all the way back to the old school days of Force 1 when they used to run this map. The second map is going to be Bind, a map that I'm sure Force One are doing quite well on, and then the decider is going to be Ascent. So, yeah, this is a fairly interesting veto. Now, let's keep in mind that Ascent, the last time it was played by Force One, they completely spanked outside Esports. So
Hmm.
that's not really a map for the side of ORGLESS 5 to rely on as much as they might hope for. But they'd have picked up Bind, and maybe they can prove us wrong on a map like Bind. Maybe there's more potential for them to actually get
True.
something done on this map.
But I know that, yeah, you're being hopeful, and so do I want to be. But Split and Bind are two maps that Force One would be really happy with because, like I said, Rafa is super aggressive, and you have the most amount of advantage in maps that are really close by when you're playing the character of Raze. And also on that matter, you also have a lot of advantage as a Jet 2 because you can quickly dash behind corners, you can maneuver your way around these corners if you know how to use the character properly. And I feel like the advantage is going to be a little bit towards the side of Force One. It might be a quick 2-0. Might not be quick, but it still might be a 2-0 because not really sure what ORGLESS 5 is, thinking here. I don't really think that Bind was the best choice and they should have gone for a bigger map. Breeze even, I know that a lot of teams are not that confident with their skills on Breeze, but it's kind of like a wild card map where you know that the opponents are also not going to be expecting that map. So you're equally kind of balanced there, so you know what you have to do, and you can just let your raw instincts take over. This is why I kind of like Breeze, but I guess they're going to be going in for Bind. They better have something really good up their sleeves for taking that decision.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm hoping that they've thought about this long and hard because after I'm pretty sure Icebox got banned by Force One because Icebox is just not a map that they like to play.
Yeah.
ORGLESS 5 might have been in a pickle and they must have thought to themselves, well, which map do we feel comfortable playing despite it being strong, despite it being a strong Force One map? And the answer was definitely not Breeze. Breeze is not a map that we see teams play out very often. So they picked up Bind for themselves and they're like, okay, we're gonna play Bind, and even though Force One is kind of strong on this map, it doesn't matter. We're going to try our best anyway. Ascent being that decider, it's going to make things very interesting. The only thing that remains to be seen now is going to be that agent comp. And agent comp is where I remember Force One have made some, interesting choices. They were experimenting with double initiator setups in the past. But do you think on a map like Split, there is room for double initiators?
Nah, I don't really think so, because that's probably one of the smallest maps in the entire game. And duelists, I mean, initiators, yeah, kind of, but I'm not really sure. I would rather go for a couple of sentinels and, control the map more, because, you don't have a lot of space and maneuver, and those sentinels, even the sage with those walls, can really completely block off sight, and that can make or break the game. So I really think that a sentinel would be a better idea, and that's probably what these guys are going to be going in for. And we know that Rafa is going to be picking up that raise nonetheless, because these are really, really small maps. Or we might see him pick up a Phoenix. I don't know. We might see a little bit of a switcheroo, because Split is the kind of map that favors short, quick bursts of flashes. And Sky, you can master it, but I really think that Phoenix has the time to shine on Split, and so does Raze a little bit, Raze and Jet. So I feel like Rafa is going to be the one doing the dueling, and the Sentinel is going to be picked up by somebody else. And I think it's just going to be one duelist, a couple of Sentinels, maybe even three, maybe one initiator. That's what I think is going to be coming out from this.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, that's fairly straightforward. I believe there is a room for a double controller setup on Split. You can try and experiment with the Viper, but that largely comes down to which side you start on. Unfortunately, Shivi is not going to get to play his signature Sova on this map. I am assuming it's probably going to go for the Sky. It's going to be very interesting if he goes back for that old breach, but I doubt that's going to be the case. So yeah, I mean, Force One going up on Split, this is going to be interesting to watch, and I'm quite sure some Force One fans are going to be looking back at this and be like, oh, we get to see some old school Force One today.
Yeah.
But we don't have to speculate about the agent selection anymore, because the agent selection screen is going to be coming up real quick, and we can have a look at what agents are going to be picked up. Okay, RBK is going to pick up that Viper, and Scargod hovering on that Brimstone. This makes things interesting. Wait a second.
Is that a KO I see?
I think so. It makes sense. I mean, KO is pretty much a duelist if you've played him before, so
True.
I wouldn't be too surprised if they pick it up for Knight Rider.
And honestly, if you've played tactical shooters before and not just Valorant, like KO is just gonna feel like you're back at home. It's so similar to other tactical shooters, the way that the flashes are utilized, and you also have the added advantage of getting information, and on top of that, shutting people down. So honestly, one of the best characters in the game, in my opinion, and I love playing that dude. So let's see if Nitro is gonna be going in for that selection, but he doesn't have a lot of time to change, does he?
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Now, you could still pick up the Jet. There is an argument to be made for Jet on Split, but a KO pickup is definitely going to be a lot more interesting. I mean, Force One, they could be feeling a bit frisky.
Come on.
Okay, Knight Rider is going to go for the boring old sage.
Choose your agent.
I swear.
But,
Boo, indeed. Why?
I don't blame them. I don't blame them. They're going to start on defense here. They need that Wolf to control the mid area. They only have two controllers otherwise, and that's pretty much going to force the race to play mid. I don't think they want to be in that spot. Having the Sage is just a good way of controlling mid. Fair enough. And you already got a Star Fragger like Rafa, right?
Yeah.
But you don't really need another duelist on this map. So yeah, let's see what Force One can manage to do. They start out, I believe, on defense. That should make things rather interesting. Oh, never mind. The Force One are actually going to start off on attack, and they've opted for a single initiate and a single duelist. Now that is interesting. Typically, you would see at least double duelist if you're going to start out on attack. Maybe a Reyna pickup here and there, but they actually start on the attacking side and they decide to pick up the Sage. So let's actually jump into the game and see what that's all about, because I'm quite sure they have something in their mind while they're trying to run this interesting comp on offense here. Well, interesting setup coming in for them. They are basically just looking to get some map control and potentially just playing for picks. The fact that they don't have a Sage over on the side of ORGLESS 5 means mid aggression is on the menu, but they have a Sky and a Raze playing up towards that B Heavens area along with a Jet and Killjoy set up towards A Heaven. So, yeah, they have a lot of mid presence if needed, but looks like Force One are going to look to exploit the fact that there's no Sage, and straight into mid they go. 3 players already perched up, looking to find some sort of opening, but they don't see anyone just yet. Knight Rider going forward, going to be that first person in. Boombot gets thrown down, doesn't really spot out anyone, and Rafa trying his best to take out that Boombot. That paint shell is going to do a fair amount of work. That flash doesn't connect on anyone. And they seem to have an idea that this is a sort of a mid take coming in from the side of also as they continue to stay here.
And on top of that, I feel like they're just going to be aggressing down mid anyway, because I don't really see them taking the time to like go anywhere else, except now they're going to be going in for that A rotate. But here's the thing, Killjoy's traps are already set up, so that information is going to be going out really soon. Bullseye is right there around the corner to pick up a few frags, and that Viper's wall is just like perfectly positioned. If nobody's going to be pre-firing that corner, which I'm pretty sure Shivy is going to be, one right tap and Bullseye is going to be dead. But no, the information has been given out first, and that's all they needed. I'm pretty sure that fast execution is going to be coming into a site, and look at that.
No.
Gargot gets a first kill, and then he's gonna be taken down by Knife Jester instantaneously. 4v4 situation, but nobody's gonna be taking the Heaven position, meaning that Bullseye is gonna be able to pick up 1 kill, but that's all that he's gonna be able to do because it's still a frenzy. 11 seconds on the clock. Kev looking to pick up another, and look at that! Simultaneously, Knife picks up a 3k, finishing it all off, and what a spectacular start to the game, man. Because I told you, ORGLESS have got something, and I wanted to see it. They finally come back. I know it's just the first round, and I can't really say much, but honestly, what a beautiful first round. That also means that they have a little bit more of a confidence boost, and they also have the Spectres to work with, so that momentum at least they've gotten going on now.
That is interesting. So they win out the pistol. This is going to give them some breathing room here going up against the side of Force One. But Force One, did they get the... Okay, it seems like they got the spike down. So they are going to just fire a couple... Okay, no, they didn't even get the spike down. They're still going to force Sheriffs. This is interesting. I don't fully approve of this, but I don't exactly condone it either. It's just gonna come down to if they can find some openings and get the spike on this round, which is what they're hoping for. A Knight Rider is gonna keep that hope alive by trading out Logista. Some rotations are gonna be forced in as the Chet scurries away back towards that B side, but towards mid. Knife Jester and HVS both finding a frag each are making life a little bit easier for the side of ORGLESS 5.
And honestly, Floki, I'm not really sure how you haven't heard of these names. Logi, HBS, these are so good. These guys are so good at what they do. I'm not really sure how you don't know them, but I'm expecting a lot from them because I've seen them in action before in other tactical shooters, and they're simply amazing, man.
Yeah, they absolutely are. This is, I have to say, this is a little bit unexpected, the fact that they would do something like this, but ORGLESS 5, they saved hardcore on their Jet for 2 rounds, and now they have an operator in the hands of Bullseye looking to do some work here. Down towards B main. I'm not sure if that's the best angle to peek, but it is going to be unexpected. I don't think they're going to expect Bullseye to peek out here. Anyway, they expect the Jet to be towards mid. Flash is going to come in, and Knight Rider is going to get picked off. That operator, it finds its value right away in the round.
Heaven is so closely guarded. The smokes are there. They all know that Heaven is going to be as closely guarded as it is right now, so they're probably not looking to push into that. Instead, you're going to be going in for a little bit of a bamboozle play. I'm pretty sure they're going to be trying to take an A, giving out a little bit of fake over there. But I love how Force One is playing it really, really slow, Floki, because normally Force One, they, again, true to their name, they normally force their way into sites, and I guess they know these names and they're like, you know what, we're not going to be taking a chance. We're just going to be playing it a little slower because we might start giving away a lot of heads. And that is exactly what is happening. We're not seeing any aggression so far. We're just seeing slow, calm, and just calculated pushes just to take control of sites one after the other. Which is not something, yeah, it's not something they see every day. It's just normal teams on the second round, they just go in, push in, and get those kills.
Yeah, an interesting approach coming in here from the side of Force One as they use their own poison off to block out a little bit of heaven, but turns out that they couldn't really get the crosshair placement right, and as a result now they're down to a 3v5. Bullseye is going to get blocked out and spotted, so that's the operator taken out of the picture, but Logista on the side is strong enough to take out Rafa, and all of a sudden a flawless round comes in over for the side of ORGLESS 5. What have these guys eaten?
Well, now we know that ORGLESS 5 at least is really, really good on those smaller maps. So honestly, Bind is going to be super fun, man.
It absolutely is, but the question remains. I mean, we've seen teams take away multiple rounds from top tier teams before, but this is the round which redefines them. Are they going to lose out against the eco of Force One? Now, common sense would tell you no, but a historical sense would say yes. If you're someone who's been keeping up with the Indian Valorant and Indian tactical shooter scene, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. So, yeah, let's see what the side of ORGLESS 5 are really made of as a little bit of sheriff spam coming through. Doesn't really connect on anyone. Bullseye still holding on to mid. An interesting Viper wall laid down by RVK, but an alarm bot up there is going to alert them to the presence of that Viper. Just
to be honest, Loki, I feel like it's normally because of the fact that the defenders normally know that, yeah, they're on an eco and we can take it a little bit more chill. That is why they drop their defenses, and whoever is on the eco, they become extra careful. And I feel like that's why those eco rounds honestly come to be, and those utilities we see coming in way more. But look at that, Loki pulled in right at the right time, didn't manage to get the kill up. But then again, not really sure if he can do much over here at this point, Loki. It's down to 2 players on the side of Force One. Shivy's trying to connect a few shots, but I'm pretty sure he can't. The crossfire is going to be coming in from HBS any time now, and he can't really do much. He has a spike, but that's all he has right now.
Yeah, he's kind of done for here. RVK, now he is in a good spot, but because of that alarm bot, oh my god, he cleans out Bullseye, and Bullseye immediately types out NS in chat. That's an operator given over to RVK. This does give them a fighting chance here, but it's all going to come down to Shivy checking his corners, and he does not. And that's the end of that.
Yep.
He at least denied the operator, RVK.
10 seconds left.
They honestly have to, because that is going to be a huge damage dealt to the side of ORGLESS. But yeah, they're going to be taking that operator right back. This is going to be like, yeah, no, that's kind of our property. You see the name tag right there. That's not for you to have, and we're going to be giving it back to Bullseye. I'm guessing, yeah, Bullseye is going to be taking it back. But
yeah,
4 rounds and 0 on the side of Force One. It's not really looking good for them right now, Floki.
Yeah, it absolutely isn't. But Force One thankfully have a buy, and there's still time remaining to turn the tide of battle back in their favor. They could potentially still end out this half on an advantage, although it is not going to be an easy task. It's going to be quite difficult. Just putting down a bunch of stars preemptively so that he can focus a bit more on being a little active around this B side instead. And once again, he can try to make something happen towards the A heaven area where the alarm bot is waiting for them. And yeah, it's going to get a little interesting. I wonder if they're actually going to be able to push forward here, given the fact that there's so much defensive utility. HVS, nice hawk. The alarm bot's also going to spot them out, and now they have an idea of what's coming up. Bullseye on the rotate, coming in through ropes. That paint shot is going to force HVS back as they find some control of Heavens. Rafa just holding on to Heavens, preventing HVS from pushing in, but it's going to be RVQ who ends up finding him, and that's the opening frag they needed. But Bullseye, he gets the spike towards mid, and they have no way of recovering it back. Knight Jester is going to take out Rafa towards A. RVK gets the trade, sure, but the spike is still down towards mid, and Kev is going forward, finding all the kills, finding all the frags. This round is done and dusted, as RVK is left an impossible 1v3.
Yep, and he does have gun, and they don't really have the economy. The wise choice would be safe, but nah, he's gonna go down fighting. And fighting he did, but he couldn't even pick up a singular kill because Kev was there to shut him down yet again. And that is going to be the 5th round coming to the side for ORGLESS. And finally, I'm seeing ORGLESS, or at least this roster of ORGLESS, showing its true form. Because like I said, I've heard of these names before. I've seen them in action, and they're really, really good at what they do. Logi, HVS, Bullseye, Knife, Kev, all of these guys, they're really, really good. And I feel like it's just the experience in Valorant that was taking a bit of time, and now that they're here, and now that they're together, and now that their coordination seems way better, Like the way that they're holding off sites and they're talking to each other is just amazing, Floki.
Absolutely. And now Bullseye's going to switch things up. Play towards that A ramp area. This could be a harbor for him, but he spots the edge of Rafa out, and RVK once again returns the favor with a beautiful shot straight on his head. This is the second time that's happened to Bullseye, and that too by the same person.
Indeed, in HV, S is going to be wise. He knows that there's going to be somebody with an operator up there, so he's not going to be risking it. Puts out his wolf, but that is going to be taken down. 4v4 situation. Control of Heaven hasn't been given out yet, so it's going to be a little bit harder depending on how ORGLESS is going to be rotating and taking control back from them. There is a Wild Scar God over here, and Astra soloing is not something that you see every day, and it's really risky because you're not going to be able to help your teammates out with the smokes if you're going to be the first one to die out. And I'm not a huge fan of the split approach. On like, if you're going to be splitting up and like taking control of one side, I still get it, but if you're going to be on two different sides, just pick up individual frags, it's really scary. I don't think they're going to be able to do it, but it might have been just that, you know, they're just giving out a little bit of audio notification on the side of B, probably going to go in for that rotate
left
on A, but they don't have a lot of time and they have to rush in right now, Floki.
Yeah, they absolutely have to. 20 seconds remaining on the clock. They are going to hit the A side, but the Killjoy setup is waiting for them and is also HVS. Knife Jester has a lockdown, but I don't think he's going to need it as Spike gets dropped once again. RVK finds the return kill though. Might give them the opening they need. HVS, he's just looking to deny the plant, but he's not going to be right there on time. RVK on the push him, is not going to find him. Scargot solo. A couple of shots to the chest will do it, and HVS will find it. All down to Knife Rider, 1v3 with no HP. And he's gonna get taken down 6-0 for ORGLESS 5. Interesting start for them.
Don't even start.
Can you see the amount of experience that is showing? Like, if it were somebody else, if it were me and you heard the spike plan going in when you had like 10 seconds, you would just rush to deny that. But no, he was like, you know what? Let him plan. I'm pretty sure somebody else is going to be coming in to back him up, and I'm going to be taking him out first instead. Then I'll go and take the other guy out. And that level of execution and that level of in the moment sort of thinking, that is what ORGLESS is about, and I'm loving what I'm seeing, man. And what can I say? Force One is having honestly, one hell of a time, and they're not going to be able to recover anytime soon because it's 6-0. In a few more rounds, we're going to be going into the second half, and it's going to be a huge, huge grind for them.
Absolutely, and yeah, it just seems that Force have really struggled to find their footing in this map, and they are starting to get a lot more defensive. Let's not forget, Split was picked up by Force One themselves. This is not the map of ORGLESS 5, and Force One are having a hard time putting any round on board here.
And that, look at Kev's KD. Like, look at that.
Destroyed.
9-0.
Yeah, it's 9-0, and more than that, they've spotted out all these players towards mid. They have an idea of what's coming, but Scargot is already in towards ropes. Rafa threatening with that showstopper of his. Fuse is going out, the Seekers are gonna reveal them. Oh no, it fails. The showstopper doesn't land, it hurts him and his teammates. Oh boy, that was not the way he was hoping for that push to go. But Shivy, he's gonna be good for a couple of kills, and Rafa gets the second queen up with the pain shells. This might just be the round that the side of Force One are looking for. And they're gonna hightail it back towards him, and Knife Jester's waiting. He's found two. He's gonna find third, potentially. No, REK finds him through the wall, and Shivy is gonna find Logista leaving Bullseye alone in a 1v2. He has the operator, and he's going up against the Viper's Pit. I wouldn't be too unhappy if he's saved.
Honestly, but he's picked up a Vandal for himself. He's not gonna be, you know, operating anymore. He has spotted out one. That was just... That's just insane timing right there, Floki. And that is probably just going to be making or breaking the game. He knows that the Heaven push is going to be coming in, and he knows he has time. He's just going to be taking out RVK first, but no! RVK swings and he doesn't miss, and Bullseye is going to be down and out for the count. I really expected a 100 IQ play coming out right now because the information was given out. He could have like clutched out the round, but that was just like a misstep in my eyes. He probably should have jumped into the Viper's Pit and, you know, played that Viper's Pit to their confusion.
Yeah, RVK, just how many times does he have to step up for his team before they finally put a round on board? Sheesh, insane stuff from that man. And finally, it seems that it's bearing fruit, but not to get ahead of ourselves, the economy, the bank is solid as ever on ORGLESS 5, and guess what? Bullseye, once again, has got himself a shiny new operator, a very dangerous position to play. Logi is gonna try and bait for him, and Bullseye, he's aware, he's gonna wait, and he gets the pick on Knight Rider. No resurrection, no way of getting another teammate back in this game. no heals apart from Shivy. That paint shot is gonna do a bunch of damage over to Scar, but Kevin has found himself 2 kills and he's gonna get himself a second paint shell. He's controlling up mid, not letting anyone push. And Force One, just as quickly as they won that last round, they're losing out this one.
Indeed. And it's kind of looking like it's going to be another flawless round, Floki, because no death has gone out so far. If Bullseye is going to be the first, we might see it not become a flawless one, but no, RBK is going to be failing to manage, failing to land that shot. And there is an operator in the hands of Bullseye, but look at this! RBK is going to be peeking out and look at the right corner at the right time and takes out Logi. Now, they know.
Sense.
Yeah, honestly. But yeah, on top of that, it's RBK we're talking about. They're not going to be risking it that much, so you can see how ORGLESS is kind of falling back into waiting for that point to come in, and they're just going to be waiting for that audio notification, and that is when they're going to be going in as a unit. Shivy has a good spot, but he really shouldn't be peeking out because he has a spike, and there we go. He's going to be going down to the hands of Kev, and RBK, the sole player remaining, just trying to get a few more frags. The Wolf, Sky's ultimate was already after him, and he knew that the jig was up, and he really couldn't do much after that. All he had to do was like, he kind of had to like throw his gun down and give the pipe. He really couldn't do much in that situation, Floki.
Yeah, painful round, I must say, over here for the side of Force One. They're down 6. This is insane. This is not something that Force One are used to. They're losing to ORGLESS 5, a team that is yet to put up a single point on board for groups. Do not forget what this entails. This does mean that if the side of ORGLESS 5 do end up winning out this map, and if they end up winning out this series, on top of this, they could potentially keep themselves alive for the 3rd season. But the question is, can they actually manage to get to that point, or are Force One gonna just wake up and start fragging away? And remains to be seen, as they're gonna try something different now. 3 players outside B, with Shivy handling mid. Oh my god, Kev! Through the wall with the Phantom, just shuts them down, and look at Logista. He is waiting for the push to come there all weekend, but no, they can't find the kill. Rafa's gonna trade him out. Now it's a 4v3 situation, but Rafa is low as all heck. Kev is gonna find that kill, and that paint shell is gonna destroy Rafa. No, it is not. He is alive, but the shoulder gets spotted, and Kev takes him out, puts him out of his misery. 8-1. ORGLESS 5 are just getting stomped here by... ORGLESS 5 are just stomping Force One. Oh boy. Look at that. That's almost a Pavlovian conditioning. I'm just not used to seeing ORGLESS 5 win. As soon as I say ORGLESS 5, I say, oh, they're getting stomped by Force One. But no, they're stomping the crap out of Force One instead.
Honestly, that's exactly what I was going to point out. You're so used to Force One winning it out, and you're like, wait, ORGLESS 5 is getting stomped. Wait, hold up. No, it is ORGLESS 5 doing the stomping. And I'm so glad they are. Like, we've said this like a million times before, seeing the underdogs coming up is always something that we all like to see, and they're coming up in such an insane way. And they're just being so surgical about it. They're not letting up at any point. They're not misstepping at any point, and I'm just loving how they're so coordinated right now. I'm not really sure what happened in the previous rounds, but okay. Way up on the other side, while Shivy was caught off guard and taken out, but Knight Rider is going to be picking him right back up. Kev sees an opportunity, and he's going to be taking it. He knows a lot of players are right there, and he's probably getting at least 1 kill, and 1 kill he does get, and it's just going to be an equal trade with the same character. If the raise on the side of ORGLESS is going to be taken out with a raise on their side as well. It's just instant karma right there, Floki.
Absolutely, yeah. There was potential for Kev to get multiple, but 1 kill is still good enough. He's left his team in a good spot. This is a winnable situation. Bullseye is going to straight up pull out his knives and dash away from heaven, the area of death. And they're going to quickly hightail it towards B. Having realized that they've drawn all the rotation towards that area, they will walk into an empty B site. Logista, though, with his timing, might just catch someone off guard, but the Cosmic Divide comes through. And that's all they need to make this round happen.
Indeed. Now, it's all going to be depending on timing, because Force One is probably obviously going to be holding corners really well, but no, Rafa decides to peek out initially off the bat, and he gets a kill in Knife Gesture. Bullseye takes out Knight Rider elsewhere, but I'm not really sure if it's going to be mattering much, because he had to push it at the right time, but no, the timing was just off, and the flash was just right. Which means that Shivy is going to be picking up a kill for himself, and look at the post-line positioning by Force One over here. It's honestly airtight. You can't really go back into that B side and take it back. There's no way.
Yeah, Force One, they'll get a second round on board here, but I'm not sure even if getting all these the next two rounds is gonna make that much of a difference in what's to come. They're down 6, and in all honesty, even if the side of ORGLESS 5 lose this particular round, they're still gonna have enough for an operator by the next one for Bullseye. So they are not bothered at all. There's no sweat on their brow. There's no pressure on them. They're just feeling very, very comfortable, and it's going to come down to the Force One defense to try and stop them from just running away with this game.
Honestly, yeah. And we got a couple of more rounds left. And if you're seeing double digits on ORGLESS 5 in the first half, I'm calling it. They're going to be winning the first match out at least. And on top of that, the second map is also a really, small, close cornered map. And I kind of am expecting ORGLESS 5 to put up a really good show there as well. But we're going to leave that up to time to tell. But look at this. Cargo is going to get a kill on Kev somewhere else on the map. And mid control is also being taken. Pretty sure they're going to be taking mid, vent control and going to A. But no, we're going to see a switcheroo coming in as they're trying to take control of B side instead. HVS with a beautiful flash. Gets a singular kill. Gets a second with a spray down. Looking for a third. But no, RBK is going to be shutting him down. And that tyranny is going to be coming to an end. A 3v2 situation. And both sides already rotated. It's really fine, but what is that instantaneous couple of kills coming in from Force One over there? Those two kills are probably what is going to be making the game. And Knight Rider honestly has to play it out until he has his heal. He just has 1 HP, and Bullseye does have his updraft, but it's a really, really risky updraft. He knows once he goes up, there is certain death lurking right around the corner, which is going to be Rafa, and he has to outbrain this, or he has to just give it up. And I'm pretty sure he's looking to give it up. He's just going to be saving that operator, I guess. But if he does go for it,
yeah, I don't mind him going for it actually.
Yeah, neither do I.
He's gonna save for the next round, no worries. He's just trying to make sure that his team doesn't have to play any Bulldogs or Guardians, and I respect that. That's commendable. He's gonna have enough money to rebuy utility, but Knight Rider, oh boy, came so close to death there. If HVS actually found a third kill, we would have been seeing a much different round, but he didn't. And Force One, they're gonna put a third one on board for themselves before he switch.
Was it because of the instantaneous quick push coming in from ORGLESS towards the end that the round was given away? I really think that they shouldn't have gone in. I think they got a little bit, restless, and they were like, oh no, our teammates are dying, we have to do something really fast. They came in for sewers and they didn't really have an option because mid was already controlled, and you can't blindly rush to mid when there are a couple of players looking for that backstab push coming in. And honestly, you're gonna be killed because the crosshairs by Force One are gonna be placed right where they need them to be. And yeah, 2 kills simultaneously was all up to Bullseye. Not much you could have done, but it's still an 8-3 score. And if we see a comeback at this point, I am gonna be impressed by Force One, man.
Okay, Bullseye is getting flashed out to start things off. Gets the first kill and backs off. That Boombot does not get him in time. And he's put a Spectre up in heaven in case he needs to whip out the smaller arm to try and fight off a rushing Force One. But not gonna back off just yet. He's gonna still hold the cross with his operator. The alarm bot gets triggered. REK is vulnerable, but he's not taking all that much damage. He spots out Kev before Kev can see him and gets the kill, finding that opening for them. But it's still a 4v3 situation, as I do believe Rafa also, not Rafa, but Knight Rider got picked off elsewhere on the map where Loki found him. Scargod just trying to get some control towards B. HVS has spotted out a couple of players, but he's gonna fall in the smoke. Oh my god, he eats a few bullets, but he survives. He's gonna push forward, and he's gonna have the timing of his lifetime. It's all gonna be down to Bullseye. With the operator, he's gonna find another, as he makes it a 3v2 affair for his team once again, as he gives them the advantage. He's continuing to hold this part of the map, the gravity well, to pull him out. He misses, but that's okay. Just trying to buy time for the backstab coming in from HVS, but HVS, that Seekers might have actually alerted them to his position. He's gonna flash himself out. Shivy blind as a bat, can't see anything, is being taken out. And it looks like it's only gonna be 3 rounds here for the side of Force One on the split offense. The clock ticking down, the spike not in favor of Scargod. He's just going for it and hightailing it. Maybe, just maybe he can make this happen. There's 2 seconds remaining, and the Jet has just left. Yep, no way on earth. Bullseye is gonna take that fight. Ooh. And he even gets a return kill to stand things out. Amazing, amazing half coming in here for the side of ORGLESS 5. An unexpected half. I wasn't expecting this at all, but Hey, guess who woke up on the wrong, or rather the right side of the bed today? It's ORGLESS 5.
Indeed, and I'm loving how Bullseye is playing every round out. Like he's been left out to clutch so many times, but his senses are on today, and he's managing to connect shots, and he's also managing to fall back at the right time. And I'm loving the synchronization coming from the entire team so far. But here's where it's all going to switch up, because attacking on the map of Mind is not an easy task. It's going to be quite an ordeal too. But 9-3 is a pretty good score to like give you a little bit of a confidence boost to go in as a unit and check clear corners properly at the right time. And it all depends upon how Force One is going to be defending it and falling back. Because ORGLESS did a pretty good job of it, but not really sure what Force One is going to be doing on the defense. Because look at this, we're seeing some mid pushes coming in from ORGLESS off the bat. Perfectly lined up smokes means that Bullseye is going to be picking one kill up at least, tries to dash out. But his teammate is going to be there to block him, unfortunately. It doesn't really matter because they're going to be pushing into the other team. Picks up a couple of kills for themselves, and the pistol round has set off yet again. But Force One, they're answering back, and Rafa, he's not having it. He's getting a couple of kills for himself, brings it down to a 2v3, which is still not bad. It's Bullseye and Knife Gesture. They can still make it work. Spy Plant is going to be coming in, and the retake scenario has been set up. Bullseye is going to be concussed, but he doesn't really care because he knows exactly where they are and he knows where they're going to be coming from. But like as I'm saying that, the positioning by ORGLESS was just not right. I'm not really sure why they were out in the open because that was a manageable round, Floki. The smokes went out at the at the wrong time for ORGLESS, and obviously once that's going to happen, Force One is not going to be wasting any time. They're going to be coming in and taking the kills for themselves. Anyway, 9-4. And that is going to be the fourth round for Force One, but it's going to be a long and arduous climb up. They have to get continuous rounds just so that they can, keep that momentum going on. Because if they give any more rounds away, and once ORGLESS hits the double digits, they're going to ease up a little bit, and it's just going to be that much harder to take them down,
Absolutely. I feel like ORGLESS are in a bit of a pickle here if they start, giving up a few too many rounds, but they're gonna force by, that's what the Spike Plant, the squad enables you to buy these Spectres and play this round in a lot more even manner. Scargod's gonna be picking on for the time being, it seems. Not really forced out just yet, but look at the rotations coming in here from the side of Force One. They've all been baited into coming towards the A side, while the rest of the squad from the side of ORGLESS 5 are trying to make their way towards B instead, where there's only a lone Shivy holding on to that part of the map. They're not even going to try to push mid or show any presence towards that ASO as to not alert them to rotate back early. But the Astra that Scar got, along with Raph, have already made their way back towards B heaven. So this B main push, they see it coming wide and clear.
Ooh, the timing of Shivy over here, he feels it in his bones and he's like, you know what, I don't feel good here, I've got to fall back. And at the right time, he did. He needs his backup, otherwise he's going to be facing the might of and the entirety of ORGLESS coming in. But look at this flank by Knife. He was just lurking there, waiting for that flank. But Shivy, his game is on right now, takes out both sides. Scargod is going to be chiming in, getting a kill on Loki. Up on Heaven. I really think that ORGLESS should be going in together as a team and taking B main. That's not going to be happening. Knife still on that lurk. Scargod spots him out first. He's going to be taking him down. Tries to take out HVS too, but HVS is not going to be letting his teammate die in vain. And it's going to be a 2v3 situation yet again, just like last round. And if history is going to be repeating itself, pretty sure that they're not going to be able to take this round out. And there we go. RPK gets the kill. Second is not going to be coming true. And Kev...
Okay, that's a spike down. That's all that matters. Can it plant it before he dies? Yes, it can. Unfortunately, Rafa could not stop that. It does mean that they will have a bit of a light by coming into the next round because they closed this one. So they're not really gonna have all that much money, but good stuff by the side of Force One. They're trying to stop the momentum of this fight from just snowballing into a straight up win here.
Yeah.
And yeah, they just playing it slow, playing it easier, just not over rotate. I mean, they are over rotating, but they are accounting for those errors and taking the right steps to fix them as and when they're made.
With that said, though, it doesn't seem that ORGLESS 5 are rattled at all. They know what's happening. They are okay with it, and Knight Rider, he is been tagged up by that Marshal. Oh, Kev had a real opportunity there. That paint shells is gonna be a little inconvenient, but that's okay.
I don't really think that's the wisest of moves though, Floki, because he's solo down there in mid. I mean, he has HPS there, but that wall is going to be really, detrimental to them.
Yeah, they can't really push in here with Sheriffs. They're just gonna try and wait for the wall to time out, or are they? No, they're gonna make a they're gonna clear a path for themselves. They start breaking the wall, but the wall was already about to break. Oh my God, Kevin had a real opportunity there, but does not end up landing the shot. Rafa, boy, he's set up beautifully here by the bait of Knight Rider. And there you go, as he finds himself 2 kills. Knight Rider's gonna be there to clean up the third. Chevy flashing again as he blinds HVS completely. It's all down to Bullseye, and he can't do much in that situation. 9-6. As Force One showing signs of life here. They have recovered, but still, they're just one bad round away from elimination here.
Yeah, true. But yeah, that's kind of why I was not really appreciating that mid lurk. I mean, that mid wait more like for that long, because that gives them so much more time to rotate. That gives Force One so much more time to rotate, come in. They know that the wall is going to be breaking down, and boy, they were obviously going to be ready. But I don't really think that ORGLESS cared much in that scenario. They knew that they were not going to be winning out the round on that eco, so they were just waiting for a few frags, and that's what they tried for. They managed to get one, which is decent, I guess. But here's where it matters, because we are going to be seeing full buys from both sides. Wait, actually, Spectre is in the hand of Force One. I'm not really sure if
that's just them trying to play bonus, but I agree with your sentiment. Do they have a luxury of playing bonus? The answer is going to be no. Rafa's going to find himself that first frag. A very crucial first frag. It's going to slow things down a lot here for the side of ORGLESS 5 as they try and make their way towards mid.
I feel like ORGLESS 5's confidence is being broken a little by little, and that's kind of why they're becoming a little slower, and they're getting a little too confused, and they're not, going in together with their abilities. They're just trying to play mind games right now, and they're realizing that the mind games are not working, and that's when they're getting confused, and they're going instantly to a different strategy. And I'm seeing the sync falling apart just a little bit. But anyway, here we have a Wild Knife Jester pushing down A main. He's always on that lurk. That gets a first kill. He gets a second on Scar God. That push coming in by Scar God was not the best. He shouldn't have done that, but it's fine. All's fair in love and war. 3v4 situation. The player advantage is in the hands of ORGLESS, but obviously, Bullseye was gonna get caught off guard. I really don't know why he didn't clear out the site and didn't expect Rafa to be in there. Logi, there on the other hand, getting a kill on Knight Rider. Knife Jester picking up a third. Lockdown is coming in, and it's all up to Shibby. Instantaneous kills coming in, and good post-plan positioning meant that that last kill was gonna be going to Kev, but the lockdown did get wasted a little bit, but it's totally fine, and that is gonna be the 10th round, the double digits that we were talking about for the side of ORGLESS. And I'm not really sure if that means that their confidence is going to be coming back in, and whether they're just going to be going in for a fragathon right now, but it is going to mean something. It is going to mean that they have realized that there's this certain flow, the certain momentum that they can stick with, that is working out for them, and they're probably going to go in with that. And that's kind of what we talk about when we say the momentum in Valorant, because it's just this one particular set of things that work out for you, and you keep going with that, and you ride the flow,
Yeah, oh my God, Scar God eats a paint shell right off the bat, puts him down by 30 HP. As the side of ORGLESS 5, it doesn't seem like they have. Okay, they do have a buy. It's just Bullseye playing on the Marshall, being a bit of a troll here. Has the knives out already, and yeah, he can just pretty much, as long as he gets one body shot, he can clean them up with a knife. So, good buy by him. As he made sure his teammates find all those rifles that they need to try and break the economy of Force One in this round. A very crucial round for both these teams. I like the approach that side of ORGLESS 5 have taken. Look at that, they fake some presence towards A. Sure, the Wolf is going to go scout things out towards B and doesn't spot anyone, but other rotations going to be in time. Knight Rider is all the way alone on A. He does have ways of slowing the push down. He has a couple of slow orbs to just make sure that they can't sprawl out on the site and buy his team some time. And I think that's going to be enough. Shivy has preemptively made his way here. That first slow up comes through. The Seekers come out as well. They're going to spot them, and Knight Rider is going to find that kill. Kevin is quick to get the trade, though. Army goes on a snake by protecting his position, but Kev is just going in with that showstopper. Doesn't connect on anyone. Rafa's going to get the timing, but Logista takes him out. Shivy gets Kev in return, and Shivy is down to 11 HP. HVS cleans him up, and it's all down to Scargon. The spike is on site. It is probably going to be planted now. And there you go. A 2v2 situation being created here by Scargott as Knife Jester looking to bring it back, finds himself in a 1v1 against Scargott, and Scargott clutches it out. Wins the very crucial round for Force 1 Esports, making the score 10-7, but it has come at a cost, and that cost is gonna be them losing out a bunch of rifles. Scargott can probably drop one, but that's all he's gonna be good for. Everyone else is probably gonna have to play on Spectres, and yeah, it's not gonna be a good spot here for Force 1, but it's gonna be an even worse spot here for the side of ORGLESS 5, as they are sort of struggling to find their footing here in this offensive half.
Indeed. And honestly, I like the fact that they're trying to play mind games, but they're cutting it a bit too close, and they're not having a lot of time to work with towards the end. So they're not getting a lot of time for the post plan scenario. Which is why they're losing out towards the end. They're clearing out the corners. They're going in for mind games, rotates. They're planning the spike, but that's all they're going to be able to do, because you don't really have the time to think out what you're going to be doing after you plan the spike. And I really think that they should be going in, rushing in with the utilities, try to bait out a few of the utilities from the side of Force 1, just like this. Bait out a little bit of the smokes, bait out a little bit of those Viper utilities, and then go in when they're dry. And that, I think, is going to be the advantage for ORGLESS. But they're just cutting it a bit too close and not really liking it. And it's always Knife Jester who's coming into the lurk, and sometimes he gets a kill here and there, but that's pretty much it. When he comes in for that rotate and tries to help his teammates out, it's a bit too late. And it doesn't really help much, but look at this. Tries to do a little bit of an impact over here, and RVK, I'm pretty sure it's going to be super scared, but Rafa comes in with a clutch, gets a kill on Kev. They're showing a lot of presence down mid right now, Floki, and they honestly don't have the space to go in for those mind games anymore, and they're probably looking to just push in at this point.
Absolutely, Logista all alone on this B side. The gravity well pulling him, but he is not spotted. And makes it back out to safety by the skin of his teeth. Nice smoke from him to try and cover his retreat there. Or was it his? It might have been Scargott's actually, I'm not too sure, but still. A bit of a throwaway round here. This was for the side of
10 seconds left.
going in for the triple save. Interesting. Okay, so Kev is not gonna have money to buy next round. Knife Jester probably is, but this is interesting. They save up 3 rifles. Bullseye is going to be playing on light shields, and Logi is okay. He's gonna buy up all the utility he can. Interesting. So, that save puts them in a weird spot again, because they didn't get that spike down. They essentially only have this one more buy round before they have to eco, and yeah, after that, the score is pretty much going to be tied up, and, you know, they're going to be playing on even grounds. But I have to say, ORGLESS 5 has slowed down the pace of their game a lot since we've seen them on attack. They are taking their own sweet time getting to places and not really able to find map control right off the start. And that is sort of the nature of Split. It can be quite hard to take meaningful map control, but they still need to try and just do something early on. This time around, you can see them already moving in. Shitty gives a bit of a spray down here from that smoke, but Bullseye gets RVK, and this has created an opening towards A. Thankfully, there are 2 players holding on here. There's still Knight Rider and Rafa to slow things down, but Knight Rider has been painted out of his position, forced to fight and peek out, and while he does get 1 kill, that's all he's good for. The Cosmic Divide comes through though. That's going to be a good Cosmic Divide coming in from Scargott. It's going to buy Rafa some time, but Rafa cannot really survive, and it's down to a 2v2. And with the Cosmic Divide already used and Shimmy being nano swarmed off, he's gonna find 1 kill. That's all he's good for, and HVS will get the cleanup.
That was a really good decision coming in from ORGLESS over there, because yeah, they didn't have a lot of money to work with, so they knew that whatever they have to do it fast, and fast they did. Mid control wasn't working out for them because they were taking too much time. Finally, we saw some quick aggression coming out for them, and they finally didn't like go straight up for one of those sides. They went down mid. I feel like mid is one of the most crucial parts of Split. I mean, obviously, but getting mid control is really hard when you have a Sage on the defense, and we are seeing Knight Rider always blocking it off. This particular round where we didn't see that block out coming in, they saw that opening and they were like, you know what, let's go take it. Let's go into A directly. We're not going to be expecting that, but what I love is the fact that it went in together and they got their own backs. That confusion has been sorted, and they better be doing that here from now on out. Because if they're not, Rafa, like that, he's going to be doing that. He's going to be pulling out a showstopper trying to get another kill, but that's not going to be working. They hear it. They're scared. And they know they can't face that showstopper, so they're just going to be falling back. 3-4 situation already. No backup in HVS right now. He has to go in with his teammate, but no, he's just gonna be soloing it out, and obviously Rafa is not gonna be letting that happen. Gets a kill. Loki's the last player remaining, Floki, with 5 HP on him. Just an Astra, just a poor, lonely Astra with only smokes for himself. Not much that he can do right now, and the spike is also not in his control. They've basically given away this round. Knight Rider in that flank position, just waiting for Loki to come back at any point, which it might just happen. And I love how the entirety of Force One is respecting Loki. They're not going like, yeah, he's low, we just should go in for that hunt, because he knows. Because they know how good they can be, but the spike is being picked up, and I'm pretty sure they've noticed it. They know where he is, but... Or have they? Do they not know?
They know.
30 seconds.
Knight Rider has already come in without flank. The calls have been given out by the entirety of Force One. They're like, you know what? The spike is being picked up. Can you please come in from behind and take him out? That's exactly what they did. 11-9 score, and Force One, they're looking a lot stronger right now, but they have to... Honestly, ORGLESS has to understand where they're going on and recuperate, and that's what's going to happen. Timeout's coming in. What do you think they're going to be talking about? Because I honestly personally think that they have to focus more on how they're using their utilities for each other.
They've definitely played a lot slower in the attacking half. It seems that getting a lot of... They just haven't taken a lot of map control right off the bat, and that sort of has been the name of the game here for the side of ORGLESS 5. The fact that they've been so slow with their approach. The one round where they played fast, you saw what happened. You know, they were able to win it out. Chibi Show, he tries spamming with the Spectre through the smoke. Doesn't really connect, doesn't get all that much lucky. But at the end of the day, they were able to win out the round, and that's what matters. You can't take a good minute to just try and feel out what Force One are doing on a map like Split. No, you have to go in for those map control plays. You have to be a little more aggressive than you're probably comfortable being, and put yourself in that spot of punishing the opponent rotations when you do show presence elsewhere on the map. This is sort of just the way Split is supposed to be played, but the fact that they're taking so much time to try and make things happen is really starting to cost them.
Yeah.
I mean, they're probably going to try and do a fast A execute this time around with the Sky and the Astra, and they definitely have the potential to do so, but look at Scargod, he's already ready for this. He knows what's coming. 3 stars towards that A main area, and yeah, that's some Astra on Astra action as the Snakebite also comes in to slow down the push, but Bullseye is already inside his own Cloudburst, and there you go, they're gonna sprawl out on the A side. We talked about how being slow is prone. This time around it might be just them being a bit too fast, and Knight Rider's found Knife Jester to start things off here. The plant is gonna come in, and this is a bit of a save coming in from the side of ORGLESS 5, so they're gonna be okay with this. Even if they all die here, they just want to get the spike down and make sure they get some money going in the bank for now. And RVK, they gonna force out a Viper spin. This just keeps getting better and better. This is a good round for the side of ORGLESS 5, and they make it even better, but Shimmy brings it back, takes out 2 kills. Kev, though, is gonna find Knight trying to make it 2v2. Bullseye's playing the edge of his own smoke, and now it's down to Scargod in a 2v1 situation. Kev, does he guess correctly? No, he does not. Scargod, does he know where he's coming from? Does he know where he's coming from? Yes, he does. He faked us. Despite Bullseye gets him anyway. An eco round win here for the side of ORGLESS 5. A round that they probably were not supposed to win, and Bullseye managed to save that Phantom. Ah, boy. Force One, I'm not going to be happy about that as they reach map point here on ORGLESS 5.
This is so saucy, Loki. This is so exciting. And on top of that, it is match point. So they can be a little more chill about things. I mean, not completely, but they can, you know, breathe easy and think that, yeah, we just need one more round of proper targeted focus effort, and we got this. And finally, they've realized that a group execution is what is working out best for them. And we're probably going to be seeing that yet again. And if that's done properly, it's definitely going to work out. And look at that lockdown. They're putting it all in. They've got the utilities ready. The lockdown's going to be coming in, and they're going to be pushing it with as much effort as they can. RBK already down on 17, and he knows that he can't really do much at this spot, but he does manage to get a kill anyway. Is going to be instantly traded out, and Rappa over here peeks out from his hiding spot, gets a kill on his opponent, Kev. Lagista, he's not going to be having it. Gets a kill anyway. 3v4 situation. But Knight Rider, he's going to be like, you know what? Come back up, RVK. We have unfinished business. We can't let them win this out so easy. And that flank has to come in. Spike plant has come in. The post plant positioning is what is going to be key. And if they're going to be caught off guard like so, RVK coming in is going to be picking him off. But at the same time, it's Logan saw,
Enemy remaining.
and both sides we're
Oh,
talking
boy.
about, they do manage to pick up a couple of kills, but RBK on a 4K, on fire on top of that. Picks
Well-
out the remaining few, and yeah, that's gonna be 12-10, and they do have a possibility of winning it out, but it's gonna be a really, really close one at that. And do you think an overtime might come into play?
The dreaded words, overtime. But if I'm being perfectly honest here, I don't think that's gonna happen. The question is, are they gonna force buy here over on the side of ORGLESS 5? That's the question. Because when Force One, I mean, Force One, they have a buy this round for sure. But if they force buy here again, side of ORGLESS 5, then they put themselves in a spot that they're gonna be going to overtime. So they're probably not looking to do anything too crazy at this point. I mean, buying right now would just be signing their own death warrant. So,
Indeed. And
yeah, it's gonna take things easy.
yeah, I mean, they could, but the thing is, Force One is not that far behind, so they can't take it that easy. They have to pull like a Hail Mary out of somewhere, or else Force One is going to be catching up really quick, and it's going to be an overtime. And pretty sure they're not going to be dreading an overtime anyway, and it's going to be fine. But the thing is, they're going to be losing a lot of energy on the first map, and they won't have a lot of it to go on with on the second. And Bind is more of a wild card map. The problem is on Split, I don't really know why a lot of these teams don't understand it. When you're attacking, if you're caught sleeping, you are going to be caught sleeping. You have to take it super fast or it's not going to work out at all, because it's such a small map that it gives the defenders so much time to rotate and come in for the backup for their teammates that it's really detrimental to the attackers. And finally, we're seeing ORGLESS 5 realizing that, but I think it's a bit too late, and 2 rounds might go to Force One, and if it does, we're going to be seeing overtime, Floki.
Yeah, just gonna be a couple of sheriffs and then Hero Vandal of a Knife Jester coming in this round. Maybe they just try to get the spike down, deal some economic damage over to Force One, and they are reeling. They don't really have a lot of money in the bank, so the more rifles they lose, the better it is for the side of ORGLESS 5. An early mid wall coming in from Knight Rider, but they're not even looking to take mid. They just sprawled out everywhere else across the map, as just giving away the presence here. HVS is firing away some sheriff shots, trying to set up his teammate Kev to maybe find a pick towards B main. But for the time being, it's not gonna find anything. Scargod still holding on. And Kev just a little bit off on that timing.
I know.
Did
Okay.
Scargod see them? I'm pretty sure Scargod saw them. Ah, boy, he marks his head and he gets the kill. Bullseye gets the return kill to Rafa. Does not connect with the first one as a judge in his hands, looking to get the second. Cannot. Bullseye gets a return kill. Knight is it's another. The Hero Vandal plate might just work out here. They don't have a lot of HP remaining on Knight, so that Snakebite might find another kill. No, it does not. The Astra survives, but they are sitting in a pool of acid. But just peeks out and finishes off RVK. It's all down to Bullseye and Knife Jesters. They're both in an uncomfortable position. That turret's gonna get laid down. Shivy instantly destroys it. The Nano Swarm does not get pumped. Gets destroyed. Main. Shivy, what is he doing? He's reloading while exposing himself towards B main. He's gonna peek out and get destroyed by Nine Jesters. ORGLESS 5, they're gonna take their first map win of the second season here in the TEC Gauntlet. And what better team to do it against rather than Force One? I mean, this is the best possible team to win against you could have asked for. Sure, maybe you can win against Global, maybe you can win against Nigma, but still, I would take this any day of the week. The fact that they haven't found a single map so far, and the first map that they find is against Force One on Split.
Indeed, and I'm pretty sure this is more than enough reason to celebrate, but they cannot be starting to celebrate yet because there's still that second map that is the map of Bind. And Force One on the map of Bind, they're really aggressive. The race plays do come through really fast, and I feel like ORGLESS can really counter that. They're equally aggressive. Like they're almost as, how do I put it? They're on the same level as a Force One, if I might add. But it's just they just become a little too passive at the wrong times. That I hope that that's not going to happen on Bind. And it's funny how Floki, how I said that. Okay, anyway, the match highlights are going to be ready. We're going to be jumping at that. And there is where I'm going to be talking a little bit more about the entire match. And it's funny how I was talking about this being a quick 2-0, but I was really putting it down to Force One taking out super fast. But I really think that it might be a quick 2-0. Okay, not as quick as I thought, but it might be a 2-0 anyway, but just for the wrong team.
Yeah, I mean, ORGLESS 5, this was insane. Them completely destroying Force One on a pick of their own. That is heartbreaking. I mean,
Mm.
Force One, they're just gonna be so confused about what just happened, about them getting blindsided by the truck they didn't see coming. But the good news is that Bind is a map where Force One historically have performed rather well. So I don't think they're gonna be feeling too bad about losing the first map. They know that even though this is a map pick coming in from ORGLESS 5, their bind is just as strong.
Mm. Indeed, but it's all up to time to tell, isn't it? Because I haven't seen a lot of ORGLESS 5 plays. I haven't seen them play together as this particular team. I've seen them play individually. We've seen them play in different teams, and I know that they're good, but I haven't seen this particular, lineup play that much. And I can't really predict as to what's going to happen on Bind, but I'm just having my hopes high, man.
I mean, yeah, even I have my hopes high from ORGLESS 5. If they could pull off a 2-0 against Force 1, this is going to be probably the biggest upset in the second season, but I doubt that's going to happen. I think it's going to be a long and hard-fought road for them on Bind.
Yeah.
But
Indeed.
hey, I mean, I said that it's going to be a quick tour, and I was eating my words by the time the first map ended. So, I mean, I can say that, it's going to be hard for them, but ORGLESS 5 might just prove them wrong. There's something about them, something about the way they're playing
Exactly.
that just Force One cannot point a finger on.
Honestly, they're even more enigmatic than we thought, huh? No pun intended. But okay, maybe a little intended, but but nonetheless, I feel like Bind might be a good map for ORGLESS, and like we honestly have to like let it happen, so to speak. And I don't know whether the quick 2-0 that I said is gonna be actually coming true, but for the other team instead. But from the way that things are progressing so far, it just might be. And what is this current season, Floki? All of the teams that we never thought would be coming up on top, would be putting out really good performance, are performing so well this season.
Yeah, this is definitely weird. I wasn't expecting this to happen at all, but they still somehow managed to, catch us off guard and just completely demolish Force One on that defensive half. That was insane. I mean, sure, ORGLESS 5, they took their own sweet time on offense, but hey, they had a 6-round lead. If
Yeah.
you're not going to cash it in this map, which map are you going to cash it in? The next one? Well,
Indeed, well put though. But
yeah, the issue that I saw for Force One was that they seem to be just a little bit phased as to what the side of ORGLESS 5 are doing. They weren't really expecting them to come out this swingy. They weren't expecting them to play this confidently. And it just seems that the amount of, I don't even want to say disrespect, but the fact that ORGLESS 5 really aren't paying that much heed to what Force One are doing is catching them off guard, because Force One is used to teams, respecting them a little bit. They are used to just having their own way, but this time around, they've gone up against a team that is just as stubborn, maybe even a bit more stubborn than them, and they just seem to be caught off guard. There's nothing on Force One right now that indicates to me that they are sort of grasping what ORGLESS 5 are doing. But you know what, Quaint, enough said and done. I think the viewers deserve a break after that shellacking by ORGLESS 5. Let's give them a break and come back with map number 2, which is going to be Bind, so don't go anywhere. Until then, you're watching LG Ultragear presents the Esports Club Gauntlet Season 2, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Esports Club Gauntlet Season 2, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radiant. My name is Fluky. Joining me for this one's going to be Quaint. The first map, it went the way of ORGLESS 5. Surprise, surprise. No one saw that coming, so let's see what exactly happened in the map, Veto. So, for those who are unaware, ORGLESS 5 actually took this map with relative ease in the first half. The second half, they struggled a little bit, but they did manage to close it out. And the next map that they're playing is picked by them. So they won on Force 1's map pick, Quaint.
Yeah.
How interesting is that?
Yeah, that's very interesting. But on top of that, if we're gonna see the same kind of situation happening out, what if Force One wins out the map selected by ORGLESS? I mean,
Whoa,
just a little food for thought over there.
I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised because I've seen Force 1 play really, really well on a map like Bind on Bind before. So
Exactly. So
yeah, ORGLESS 5, they if they manage to take away Bind, then good for them. But it might not be the case. I think Force 1 are a very strong team on Bind. I've seen Bind be banned against them, when they're playing, and there's a reason why a lot of teams just don't like going up against them. It's because these guys know what they're doing. Now, when it comes to the next map, Ascent, this is where things get interesting. The last time we saw Force 1 on Ascent, they did stomp the crap out of the team they were against. But enough lollygagging about. Let's actually jump into the game and see what agents are going to be picked up soon by both of these teams. I'm really curious as to what that initiator is going to look like. But this seems to be interesting. We have, okay, I'm going to cut to it in just a bit, but there you go. Should be having a look at it now, and yeah, fairly straightforward Bind stuff. We're just picking up that Brimstone, HVS playing that Viper, double duelist, single initiator, and almost a mirror lineup minus the controller difference. We have Astra for Force 1, and we have a Brimstone over for the side of ORGLESS 5. Very interesting pickups here. So it seems that the side of ORGLESS 5, they value having that post-plant lineups a bit more. Having that double molly setup. And at the same time, the side of Force 1, what they value is just being able to hold on to their sides. They're going to pick up for the Astra, and they're going for the Astra instead. Oh, they also went for the Sova. Huh, that's interesting. So the Sova is going to enable them to be a little bit more active around the map. That Recon and Owl is going to help them be a little bit more active and see what they're doing. But let's actually jump into the game and see what they're up to as we are heading straight into the map of Bind. And if Force 1 can actually make a comeback happen here. It's not going to be easy, given the fact that this is ORGLESS 5's pick. And look at what they are doing. All huddled up outside towards shot. Gonna be a quick push in. There's no stars to cover that area, but the fact that there are 3 people playing towards shot is gonna help them. That only Viper wall to just try and cover their entrance into the site. Straight into Lamb's bullseye goes, and he has a frenzy in his hands. Spike already being planted. The drone doesn't spot out Bullseye. Oh no, it does, but Bullseye, he doesn't get the kill. Doesn't get the kill, and his teammate Kev just staring at him with a classic. But yeah, interesting stuff by them. They just got the site for free, and a lot of time is ticked down. They need to make something happen here. Force 1, they cannot keep playing passively. Rafa's gonna flash himself in towards Lamps, has some information. Skargol is gonna find Bullseye. I was forced off thanks to that snake bite. Knight Rider's gonna find one. He's looking for the second. He's gonna get that one as well. And guess what? Force 1, they make this retake happen rather clean. The Brimstone Molly comes in. Do they have time? Do they have time for this? Okay, they do. REK, he tanks a little bit of that molly damage and sticks the DP. Do they have time? Okay, they do. Yeah, 0.5 seconds. So almost everyone ran away in fear, except for REK. He's like, I got this, guys.
Yeah, and that was a really fun first round because that was flawless on top of that. It was looking a little iffy towards the beginning because I wasn't really sure if Force 1 was going to be able to take it back, being so passive. Once the spike line had already gone down, and they did manage to take away a lot of time for their own good, but they still managed to clutch it out towards the end. But look at this. We're seeing a really bold play from Knight Rider over there. I hope it's going to be paying out for him, or else he is going to be finding himself short of money the upcoming round. Meanwhile, we're going to be seeing ORGLESS on Classic, so I guess it's not going to be that much of a risk. But if it somehow manages to go to the hands of ORGLESS, things are going to get really interesting. And over here, we're going to be seeing a B push coming in all the way from Hookah. And that is not the unriskiest of positions, but you have to clear the corners to work out for you. But what happened there? Rafa managed to whip twice, but here we go. Knight Rider with that Phantom is going to be picking up the last 2 kills. Picks up a 4K actually. But yeah, there is not much that ORGLESS could have done in that position. They were going in for a quick rush on Hook over there, and little did they know that there was going to be a wild Phantom in the mix. So yeah, they pretty much got mowed down over there.
Yeah, strong starting for Force One. Exactly what they needed after that first map didn't really go their way. They're starting off on a strong foot. And it's going to put the side of ORGLESS 5 in a bit of a pickle here. Or in a bit of a bind, if I'm going to be a little funny.
Of course.
But yeah, at the same time, you know, this is their first buy round and they might be able to make something happen here. Now remember, it is a bonus round coming in for Force One, so they really don't mind losing this one out because most of the players are just playing on those Spectres, save Rafa and Knight Rider. But it seems that it's not going to be that easy for them to find those initial pickoffs because they have the side of ORGLESS 5 have already made their way towards Bars as they have Bars in control, but Knight Rider feels brave, peeks out towards Zuka, finds Kev. Fighter, dropped the safe position, can be recovered, but a 5v4 situation means that it's going to be super hard here for the side of for the side of ORGLESS 5 to make the stake happen. Just he did tag up Rafa, and Rafa's down to 40 points of life. So it's going to be a little difficult for him to try and make something happen. But Knight Rider, look at his positioning, it's so good. He's going to be good for one, dashes over to the side, finds the second one, finds the third one as well, give him the 4K. Looking for the ace. Logista alone towards Garden is going to be able to take out Knight Rider, but Shitty cleans him up. And that's the end of that as Knight Rider. What a beautiful performance by this man. 2 4Ks in a row, 10 kills already, 3 rounds in. He is on fire.
He's on a rampage indeed. But what I want to point out is Bind and Split are not really maps that you want to be slow on. The slower you are, it's going to be giving the defenders more time to understand where you are, and they can always pincer you. They can always come in with the flank, which is kind of risky, but if you know how to do it properly and you're going in the flash and you're going with a teammate, the defense is always going to catch on. So you have to really rely on the time and you have to make quick, fast, clean executions, or otherwise it's not going to work out for you. And so far, again, ORGLESS is playing a bit too passive for my liking, and I really like when ORGLESS tends to become a little bit more aggressive because that's when they start to shine. Look at this, passive plays yet again. RVK is at a really close angle, and he has Shibby to help him out, but it honestly depends upon who's going to be making the first contact. The first contact is going to be coming in from Shibby with a beautifully lined up shock dart. Does a lot of damage at both of those players over there. Down the line, that is not going to be boding well for them. And on top of that, they don't really have the guns to make things work, but Naeem peeks out and taps Shibby out of existence. RVK gets a little pissed and he's like, you know what, I'm not going to be having it. I'm going to be pushing in and getting a couple of kills for himself. Beautifully well executed, but it's still a 3v4, and we've seen eco rounds going terribly wrong, and honestly the eco guys working out for them. Knight Rider coming in that flank, gets the last 2 kills for himself. He's on a roll right now, Floki. He does not give a damn anymore, and he's just going in at this point.
Gun here.
Well, nonetheless, I guess Floki is having a little bit of an issue.
I'm here. Apologies. I forgot to unmute my mic. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You do be like that sometimes.
Yep. Rookie mistakes. But yeah, as I was saying, Force One, great start for them. They're now gonna have an operator in the hands of Knight Rider, and he also has the knives to fall back on. So this is just what they were hoping for, and I don't think they're gonna expect the X factor of the operator coming in. But Knight Rider does not check the wider angle and gets taken off for free, and that's an operator given away over to Bullseye. On a map like mine, this could be detrimental to their success here. Thankfully, Shivy and Rafa have both positioned themselves towards the B Gardens area, so this means that operator is not really going to be that as much of a factor, but the single wolf is going to reveal the both of them as Shivy is going to get stunned up. Rafa, he's in an awkward position and he's going to be able to take out Live Jester with a single tap of that Phantom. And there you go, the second flash comes through. Look, he's going to get spotted out. That's a spike being dropped here towards B Gardens. And RVK already on the flank. Look at this. Oh boy, they're about to walk into a meat grinder. Shivy finds 2. Kev gets a return, but it's all down to him and him alone. In a 1v3, he can't make it happen.
Yeah. Now, like I said, you can't really rely on passive plays on the map of mine, but I'm not really sure, in spite of using her ability in, this guy really knew exactly where they were positioned. I don't know why he didn't go in with backup.
I just think he was a little bit too eager. He wasn't expecting the triple B setup to come through. It's not something that Force One do very often, but this time around, given that they were actually, banking on that operator towards hookah, I mean, at least that's what ORGLESS 5 must have thought. They weren't really expecting two players to be towards gardens, When you put an operator in hookah, you basically expect to get a free pick and back off, but it didn't happen.
But honestly, on top of that, right, it's Force One they're going up against. They kind of have to expect the unexpected. You never know what setup they're going to be going in for, right? Especially now that Force One realized that it's not going to be a complete beatdown and they can't really be having a chill time against ORGLESS 5. They're obviously going to be upping the ante. They're going to be upping the heat in their step. And ORGLESS should be knowing that. They cannot be going in without backup.
Yeah, oh no, Scargo, he's giving away his position. That reload comes through, and I think they can be aware of where he is. But it seems that the side of ORGLESS 5 are just lucky to force out some mistakes coming in here from Force One. As Force One, they're not biting it at all. They're playing super passively, just waiting for them to come in. Patience is the name of the game. They're on defense. No need to rush. No need to make a fool out of yourself on a team that's on an eco round. Let them get desperate. The flash comes through and Chevy switches over to the shock. Down wide switching by him. Double bounces on it, but Kev still running headshots him. Has the showstopper ready, but RVK shots him down. A painful shutdown here for that race, but nice shot coming in from RVK to shut down two people. The this time HVS though, they find the kills and they make it a 2v1. The Viper Spit and the Orbital Strike both ready as Knight Rider's been spotted out by the Seeker. He gets cleaned up. The operator available. Logi is gonna let it be. And a thrifty victory coming in here for ORGLESS 5 to start things off and just open their score on the board here for a change. They've managed to put one round on board, but Force One, they still have a bye. They're doing quite well. Knight Rider, so he's gonna get dropped an operator over, and he's just gonna be at it again. Once again, gonna be peeking in towards hookah. He now knows how they like to peek out when they go there, but he might not see anyone coming because everyone is grouped up towards shot.
Yeah, indeed, and this is exactly what I wanted to see from ORGLESS. Just clean executions coming in at the right time and nobody going in individually. They went in together, they got the kills, they got the trades. The trade potential was always there. There was no time where they were not going in with their backs, against each other. And it was beautifully well done. And they've got to rely on the same thing, and that's what they're going to be doing. They're like, why fix what ain't broken, right? They're going to be going into Viper walls and going in for a clean execute on A. Again, they know there are a couple of players in showers, so nobody's going to be taking showers unless some wild player from the side of ORGLESS decides to go into the flank. But no, the Viper Spit is going to be coming in on the side of A. The spike plan is going to be coming in at any point right now. A lot of time to work around with. They can go in for a flank, but Logi, watching the flank, takes out ScarGod, and their smoker has gone down, and they do not have any veil to cover themselves anymore. I feel like there's a free round given away, but Chibi managed to pick up a kill through that smoke, and the spike planter has gone down. The reveal! Amazingly well done by Chibi. Another kill that was well deserved. But honestly, two players against three, it's still possible, Floki. I still feel like Logi and Kev can make it work, but it all depends upon positioning, and positioning is something they don't have. But Rafa does. Picks up a kill on Kev. Logi doesn't even have the spike, and he has given away his audio, and he knows exactly where they are. But so does Rafa without flank. Even if he were to go back, Rafa would have been the one to take him out. And that was really not their round. But they gave it a good shot. It was working out pretty well for them. But that one recon dot by Shivy, that's where it all changed.
Absolutely. I mean, that single shock dart and that recon dart coming in from Shivy just really turned that round around. Kev took a bunch of damage. He was already made vulnerable by that Astro Gravity well, and yeah, he wasn't too long for this world once RVK found him. This was an interesting round coming in. They had the Viper Spit, they had everything. They had got those initial few frags as well. It literally just came down to Shivy finding those two picks. One thanks to just his general game sense, and the other thanks to his recon dart to turn things around. Knight Rider, he tries twice to find an opening but does not succeed. And now he's going to be playing from sight in an awkward position. He's been stunned up here. He has nowhere to go. He already used his dash. Nice flash coming in from Bravo that buys them some time. But the Jet hiding behind a road smoke. Bullseye whips with the right click. Does not find the connection. And Knight Rider shutting them down. He's found himself a triple kill. Give him the quad. Oh, he tries to go for it. But Knife puts him out of his misery. The operator recovered. That's the end of that. The Viper ult was used on A as well. A fresh start here for the side of ORGLESS 5, but they don't have any money to supplement their hopes and dreams.
The pushes coming in from ORGLESS are pretty good, not gonna lie. It's just that Force 1 they're just like Fort Knox. They're not budging, and when they are, they're repositioning themselves so beautifully, and they're waiting for the rotates to come in. Then again, I gotta give it to them. It's kind of like a defender side of map, but every time I say that, it always gets swapped around, and I really think that it is kind of defender sided because you have not a lot of openings to get into. But look at that Knight Rider being super aggressive, goes in and takes down a Nemesis Jet, takes out Bullseye. That is going to be really hurtful to them because that is one of the star fraggers, and he's going to be down and out for the count. And they don't even have the guns to work with, but Kev manages to land a few shots with that Sheriff beautifully on Knight Rider. One more shot, and he is going to be down and out for the count. But 3 players on ORGLESS, they've already been mown down, Floki, and they don't have a lot to work with.
Oh, the drone checks and the tag misses, but Knight Rider has his number, takes him out. Just though he's found Rafa to start things off, but he can't run away from Knight Rider's operator. And it's all down to Knife. He's just looking to get that plant down, get some extra money in the bag of his teammates. If he can do that, he's going to be very happy, but he's going to have to find 2 kills to do that, and RVK is going to say, no sir, not today, come again next time. Maybe then you'll actually stand a chance.
Indeed, I feel like they should attempt a little bit more on B. You know, work with the flashes, work with the smokes. I'm not seeing a lot of smokes at all. It's just kind of disappointing from ORGLESS because I'm not really seeing any smokes coming in from Logi. Actually, how many smokes have you seen coming in from Logi?
Not many. He really hasn't had the opportunity to try and set his team up for success, and I think they are relying a bit too much on just that Viper setup alone to try and get them those entry picks. Logi has been playing a lot more independently, Quaid, so yeah, you're right on that observation. Oh, REK! The spray down through the smoke is real. He's gonna find himself too. And once again, ORGLESS 5. They're just caught between a rock and a hard place. They have no idea where to go after that loss. The spike is gonna get dropped all the way in short. Scargod's gonna find it that one way as well, helping him out. It's just down to Logi and Kev. And Knight Rider, look at him. He's actually going on the flank with that operator. Logi feeling brave, trying to jiggle, trying to bait out the shot, misses. Knight Rider dashes away though. He's gonna be fine, and Logi's still playing with fire. Oh, Knight Rider puts him in his place with that Sheriff. Beautiful stuff by him. Yep. Kev is also gonna get cleaned up. And boy, those one, they are not happy about that split loss.
Indeed. But here's the thing. I don't really know why Logi's not putting down his smokes. I don't see any smokes at all, much less few. At all. I don't think I've seen a singular one. I don't really know what he's thinking about, but I feel like, okay, Logi has been, you know, putting in a lot of time on another tactical shooter. Well, that I think is what is the problem here. He hasn't gotten a lot of time to get adjusted to Valorant as is. And I really think that he has to be using his utilities more, because you know, when we switched to Valorant, we all had a little bit of a difficult time using our utilities, and you kind of get used to it over a period of time. And I don't really think he's there yet, because once he does, I think that he can do, like, put in strides. And he should probably should have gone in for a different agent. But anyway, we are going to be working with what we're going to have. And at this point, it's not working out for Logi at all. Because we've seen beautiful executes coming in with proper brim setups. And that's pretty much it. I'm not seeing any of that.
Yeah, so far it's been rather timid. And there you go, Logi once again doing his best impression of a duelist. And is not going to find all that much success. Shibby. Holding down bathrooms is not been pushed off that area just yet, and a 3-5 situation for ORGLESS 5, it's going to be super hard for them to push. This round is just done and dusted. Best case scenario, they get the spike.
Well, there we have RVK working his magic yet again, takes out his Nemesis Viper. Bullseye, looking to land a Bullseye and get a kill, but no, he misses the second one too, and Rafa is going to be punishing him for that. Brings it down to 10 HP, and I don't think he should be re-peeking, but he does! And Rafa gets a bit too overconfident. This is going to be going down to the hands of Bullseye. 2v4 situation, not something that can be salvaged, but then again, they don't have a lot of economy to work with, so it's fine if they're not going to be, you know, winning this one out, but they really shouldn't be giving away their guns. But look at this, guns they shall be giving away, because Scargod has picked up another kill on Knife, and Bullseye has managed to pick up a Phantom from somewhere. the Wild Child, I'm not really sure where he might pick it up from, but I'm not really sure if it's going to be counting for him or if anybody's going to be risking it and using the teleporter. But he's on his
Last round before the
he's
switch.
on his toes. He knows that somebody might be coming through. But yeah, 10-1. It's like the exact opposite of the first map. It's a complete beatdown coming in from the side of Force One.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
that's insane stuff coming in here from the side of Force One as they answer back in how, and ORGLESS 5, they're just not feeling it.
And speaking of feeling it, Knight Rider sure is. 21-4, man. This guy is really feeling it right now. His kitty is insane, but just as I'm saying that, I think I've jinxes because Bullseye has picked up Knight Rider Floki, and that is probably the initial pick that they needed to get into sight. But Rafa's ultimate has slowed them considerably down, and I don't see them together. I don't see ORGLESS together at the point of like going in. But RBK, that was not the wisest of moves to use a teleporter, and Kevin's going to be punishing him for it. And right now, this might be the second round coming into play for ORGLESS. I think that this is going to be going to them, but I cannot be too quick to judge because the fourth one we're talking about, and they might be getting a few kills. And look at that, Chibi manages to pick up kill through that smoke. Scargot chimes in, gets a second. Tries to get the turret, but Logi is going to be shutting down Scargot. 1v3 situation. Rafa being the last one left out. Sky, who has flashes, I'm sure, but there's only so much you can do because the spike has already been planted and there are 3 people there always looking out for that one lurker, and he's going to be going down. That is the second round, and it's 10-2. It's not that far off from what we saw on map number 1. So if history is going to be repeating itself, I feel like, you know, ORGLESS is going to be coming in with a comeback, but I still feel like Force One is going to be winning this map out at least.
Yeah, they certainly are going to be. I mean, they have to win the pistol here. No choice absolutely whatsoever for the side of ORGLESS 5. If they lose the pistol, they lose the game. And yeah, I'm sure they're feeling the pressure now. As Bind just does not go the way they planned. They had some ideas in mind. Loki was trying his best to cosplay as a duelist and find some openings elsewhere on the map, Queen. But you're right about your observation. It just seems that Loki playing independently just made it feel the whole offense just in general a lot weaker.
Yeah.
They're gonna be moving on towards B here. 4 players just perched up. Nice early smokes coming in from Logi, keeping his team in a good spot. But he doesn't realize that the 3 players playing towards long here.
So I guess this is where Logi is going to start using his smokes. Has he been saving it for the defense?
This is interesting. So they have all the information in the world to work with. No one is pushing A. They have an idea that this B push is coming in, and now the stars come through from the Astra, buying them some much needed time. With a minute remaining on the clock, what are they going to do? They are going to scroll straight into that B side, and guess what? Knife just and Bullseye, they found themselves 2 kills, and even though Knife Rider found the trade, they're still at a man disadvantage. And guess what? Logi's going to make it hurt even more. He's going to find RBK. Kev looking for the cleanup, spots out Knight Rider, and Scargot holding on, is gonna find 2, still alive for the time being. Knight Rider all the way alone though, is not gonna be in a good spot. HVS gets taken out, 8 HP on Scargot, he can still make this happen. And if he does, well, his team, they won't have to play another round, but Bullseye is gonna get the cleanup. Can he get the spike down? No, he cannot, not enough time. If he could have, that would have been extra money in the bank, but that's okay. He still won the round, he got enough money to buy up Spectres. And yeah, first one, I wonder if they force themselves. I mean, they have the rounds to do it. They could if they want to, but is it really viable?
I'm sorry, I got confused a little bit. The spike down, during the defense.
Oh yeah, spike. Yeah, just to get a spike planted.
Yeah, but okay, no, I got confused for a little bit because Bullseye did, you know, take out Scargot, and I don't really.
Yeah, no, Bullseye is defending, right? So if you get the spike down, as in you get the spike planted, you get extra money if you are force 1. You know, because if you get the spike down.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was aiming at. Yeah, but Bullseye has found an opening pick here, and he's not really gonna let force 1 have their way here. Knife Jester! Oh my god, he survived with a skin of his teeth, and Rafa is not gonna be happy with what just happened. He whipped every single shot. HVS found Shavito, Jester found Rafa. And Rafa is going to pay for his crimes, pay for his sins, bite the dust. It's all down to Scargot. Sheriff in his hand, he's trying to push in towards A. The spike is not dropping in a good position, but he's found that first pick. Kev, he's in a good spot as well. He's going to get taken out, and there you go. That's the round done and dusted. Good shot by Skargod, but even if he found those 2 kills, he would have had to go back for the spike, and I don't think he'd have enough time to plant.
Indeed, but okay. Honestly, I feel like the one character that makes or breaks the rounds in split, I mean, sorry, bind at least, is the smokes. And somehow, okay, now that Logi is using his smokes a little more, it's working out for them. But that's the thing. I'm not really sure why he wasn't using it on the attack, because you can have such good opportunities for having proper smoke executes on the A side, especially because you can block off vision as much as you want to, push in, get the kills, fall back, and that's all you need to do. But I guess he's just more comfy with setting it up more than playing you know, actively with his smokes, and that's kind of detrimental. He has to like learn how to use his smokes in the moment, but he's not really doing that. And there we go. There's going to be another smoke coming in, but he's only using it in the defense. Now, I feel like Force One is going to be going in for an A take, and they're spreading themselves out a little bit. They're watching the flanks, and a flank push is gonna come in from the likes of Knife Jester.
Oh my god, this is absolutely huge. HVS has also found Shivy to start things off here. This could get real ugly real fast. Post 1, they will find HVS in return, but still, you have to check your flank. HVS is going to be coming in. Logista, that was painful. He walked into the snake bite, got vulnerable and got taken out. RBK is going to find 1 kill. Bullseye dinks 1, dashes away, still full HP, waiting for HVS to come in on the flank. They know they aren't aware of his positioning. Knife is gonna give it away. He's gonna be able to find 1, lines up the second one as well. Great flash by him. And that's it. Knight Rider with 1 HP. This round's over. Ah boy, he's gonna try to sneak around from a shot, but a whiff of a classic and he's dead.
Honestly, a whisper even.
Player standing.
Whoa, but he's gonna be picking up the kill anyway on Knife Jester. His aim just immaculate, even with that 1 HP. Does manage to get a singular kill. 13 seconds. He still has time to work around with.
10 seconds.
But he can't really do much because Bullseye knows exactly where he is. Spike Plant is still going to go in, giving him that little bit of money, but that's all he's going to be able to do because Bullseye is just going to be strafing and gutting him down because that was the wiser thing to do. But still, they're going to be getting a little bit more money, so that's kind of decent, I guess. But that was such a, you know, intense moment when I saw that flying coming in and you were kind of losing it too. And I was like, it's probably gonna go well for ORGLESS, but I love how RBK and Gang honestly managed to like turn it around on them. Couldn't like push it through towards the end because it was really well played out by Bullseye and Knife, to be honest, towards the end. 2v3 situation, and they didn't falter. And I just hope that this momentum keeps going on for them, and very soon we're gonna be seeing a neck and neck game again, 10-10, I feel like.
Yep, we just might. But I'd hold on to my horses, you know, I wouldn't be so keen just yet. Well, Kev, he's gonna give his position away. The jet dashes in, the triple, or rather the right-click knives gets the better of Kev. And they find a weapon lying on the ground. Knight Rider's probably gonna drop it over for Rafa. Take his knives out again. And Logista's here as well. He's gonna try and hold on to this site, not give it up so easily. They had hooker control, but now they're gonna back off. Realizing that they've drawn the rest of the squad towards the side. Oh, Skargod, nasty shot on Bullseye. And they're walking back towards B. The double fake, it's beautiful. And that shot from Skargod is what makes it work. It sells it beautifully.
3 people to work around with, and they're kind of confused at this point. They're not really sure where the take is going to be coming in. Realize that it's going to be a B take, and very soon the execute is going to be coming in from the side of Force 1. The flash is coming in. Nitro is going to be the hero. Goes in. Logi picks up a kill. Rafa, however, is going to be shutting down Knife, and that final kill. No, I'm sorry, not the final kill, but Nitro is still going to be picking up a kill over there. 1v4 situation. Not much that HBS can do. And his stats are not that great either, but he still could be managing that because not a lot of guns on them. But still, Chewy with that Vandal is going to be tapping HBS out. He did try to go in for that hero play, but it didn't really work out for him. That means that it's going to be 11-5, and I feel like I cursed him yet again. I was hoping for a 10-10, but it's going to be 11-5 instead.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, 11-5 scoreline here in favor of Force 1. I mean, these guys aren't letting up anytime soon. After winning that bit of an eco round, their money is looking absolutely chef's kiss wonderful. So, yeah, they definitely are in a spot where they don't really have to worry about losing out this round. They're just trying to quickly end this and make their way towards Ascent, the decider for the series. And I'm not too sure if the weaponry that the side of ORGLESS 5 managed to put up is going to be enough. There's a Marshall on bullseye, Logista's playing with light shields. Everyone else is full, but yeah, that really hasn't been enough. And Knight Rider just going to walk into an empty hookah. This is ridiculous. Are they going to check him? They need to. The timing is going to be off, but Kev misses. Knight Rider still gets the kill. He double cloud bursts forward, trying to find the pick, but dashes away off towards Lamps. And Knife Jester is still left reeling in gardens here. As Logi has made his way on towards the side, I don't think Knight Rider is going to expect this, but he's going to make his way back there. Nice move coming in from the Viper, trying to get in towards A. And HVS, is he going to check it? Okay, never mind. Logista is just going to get absolutely destroyed. Bullseye still holding on, has been spotted out here, and HVS is not really in the spot where he can push forward and try and get a kill. Skargov takes him out. RBK is going to take out Bullseye. This round is done and dusted. Bless Logista can do something with the orbital strike. He opens it up, lets it rip, but RBK hears the sound and pushes forward. Knife Jester all by his lonesome now. In a 1v4. Has time, but the plant is safe, so there's no way on earth he can actually spam and get that kill. Chivy has also been tagged up. 1v3. Not gonna be easy, but the flashes come in, delay the push, but Chivy has his teammates covered. And that's that. Map point here for the side of Force 1.
Match point.
And a lot of this I'm feeling is how, like, coming down to this momentary timing. Is just seconds apart from where they could be facing it, like, certain death. And like there's just not spotting, like, I mean, the side of ORGLESS is not spotting other players at the right time. It honestly is not up to them, but it's just unfortunate timing sometimes, and it's the luck is really not on their side right now, and I feel like they should be playing a little more passively. I feel like they're aggressing a little too much, and I would like to see a little bit more of those utilities coming in. But speaking of utilities, HBS is feeling confident right now. Pulls out his Viper spit off the bat. Not sure if it's going to work out for them, and he's going to be controlling that short position, and I'm pretty sure the entirety of his team is just going to leave that up to him and going to be like, yeah, he's got it covered. He can play that smoke and mirror gameplay, and it's going to work out for him. Logi is going to be playing solo down showers, which might not work out for him, but what is this push coming in from RBK? Knife Gesture is going to be picking up. I mean, the push coming from Knife Gesture that was not expected by RBK at all, which means he's going to be going down. That is the first pick of the round, and not a bad pick at that. One-way smoke over there from the likes of HVS to help Logi out a little bit. But Force 1 is looking a little confused right now, Floki. They're not really sure which side to take, because those utilities finally are coming through, and their Viper Spit is a real blocker, and they're not that confident enough to push in through that.
The Seekers have come through. Kevin's on a huge flag, but he's been spotted out. They know that he was coming. And he's down to 11 HP. Knight Riders is going to get him through the wall there. Bullseye's found Rappa, so it's still a manageable round here for the side of ORGLESS 5. And they're doing it. Logista's going to find Skargo. A 3v2 situation now. And it's all down to Shivy and Knight Rider. And Knife's waiting for them. Shivy's is going to be a free kill. He whips, but stabilizes, gets the kill. And Knight Rider left in an impossible 1v3. Full life. And he is dead. Done and dusted. Looks like ORGLESS 5, they will delay the inevitable just a little bit. But, yeah, much like Thanos, it is inevitable.
Gun here.
Oh, of course that line had to come through. I was kind of low-key expecting that, but yeah, low-key expecting that, but anyway.
Fun, it's nice.
I definitely had to. But at the same time, you're not wrong. They're trying to delay the inevitable, and it's just a matter of a singular round where everything is going right for Force 1 for them to win it out. And considering how ORGLESS is winning a few rounds out by the skin of their teeth, I don't really think that they can put up much of an effort and bring it back to an overtime. But cheers to hoping. My fingers are still crossed, Loki.
Yeah, absolutely. The drone coming in from P-Long doesn't really spot out anyone. It gets destroyed rather quickly by Knife Jester, and Rafa spamming through that box. That boom bot is not even going to see the light of day. Nice shock down. It's put Knife Jester low, but he still finds the frag on Knight Rider. Chivy now going forward. Realize that the wolf has been used, but still Knife Jester is going to find another kill. Rafa, he's going to go in, find himself a couple. Knife Jester's low as well, looking for the third. He runs out of bullets at the worst possible time, but RBK is there to cover. And Rafa down to 11 points of life in a 2v2. Just coming in from the backline has the molly. The Viper wall goes through. The snake bite goes through as well. And RBK is just looking to get the plant done. Rafa is in a good spot, but he got spotted out by Logista and gets taken out.
Timing is just immaculate, Loki. Like, this is exactly what I was saying. Just split seconds apart.
30
And
seconds left.
it's all gonna go to hell. But look at this, RVK still has the spike in his control, and he decides that it's gonna be a good idea to go to the side.
He's gonna
of
go
A,
back
but
towards B.
yeah, he's gonna go
Oh,
back to B.
is
That's
he?
what I'm thinking.
No, he's not. No, okay, no.
Is he?
Oh, he
is.
is.
See?
Just takes the teleporter, makes it a little bit shorter for him, but the timing, it's gonna be perfect. He has a snake bite to cover his plant.
10 seconds
There
left.
you go. He's just trying to see if anyone's gonna try and push that. The answer's gonna be no. A molly onto default, but Logista. Wait, where did that molly even go? I don't think it landed. Never mind then. Well, RVK has got the spike down. He's got 150 points of life. He's out of juice for now. That's the issue. Once he has some poison back up, he can make something happen, but he's going to use it to put the wiper wall up instead. Just buy himself a little bit of time and make life a little bit difficult here for the side of
One enemy
ORGLESS
remaining.
5. He's found one. Can he find Logi? Yes, he can. The spray down's there. Logi could not connect on ORGLESS 5. Well, they lose out force one. They get this map 13-6. Great performance by them. Great defensive half coming in from force one, followed by an even better offensive half as they take out ORGLESS 5 and score tied 1-1. We are going to be going to Ascent, Quaint.
Indeed, and Ascent is where it's going to be really interesting because, yeah, it's a bit more of a wider map and you get more space to work around with. And it's kind of, you just boil down to your basics of your knowledge about Valorant on the map of Ascent. So I feel like it's going to be boding well for ORGLESS and Force One equally. So again, it's going to be another wild card of a map because on Bind and Split, it was much smaller and it was always those micro details that mattered the most. But here on Ascent, it's going to be, you know, more in the moment. But anyway, we're going to be walking you through what we saw for this particular map that is the map of Bind. And the match highlights are ready, and we're going to be jumping straight into that. And off the bat, flow key, the momentum was just not there for ORGLESS, which I think that if they did get going a little bit, and I honestly, although I don't want to be calling names out, I really think that Logi was caught slacking in this round. He did not put up any smokes at all, and I really think that was very detrimental to their team.
Yeah, he was trying to play more of, you know, the fighting kind of play style, being a little bit aggressive on that Brimstone. Even though his kit doesn't enable him to be rather aggressive, he was still trying to make things happen. And you can see a lone gunman tries to be a little aggressive. This is what happens to him. He gets flashed, he gets bot down, and yeah, let's just quickly learn his place in the hierarchy of agents. He's not the best one to go forward and find frags. But the thing is that you know, Force One, I expected this to happen on Bind. I was like, okay, you know, sure, they lost out they lost out Split. Bind is still there, and Force One are deadly on that map. They've been known to play that map very, very well. And I have to say, you know, something just happened to Knight Rider after that loss. He was quite upset, visibly, and he wanted to take his frustration out, or rather take his frustration out. He just wanted to show them and remind them who's boss. And Force One did just that. And they had a sick defensive half. Now, they did, you know, falter a little bit on their offense. They gave up 4 rounds, but in the grand scheme of things, 4 rounds being given up on one half is absolutely nothing. It's completely fine if you're Force One Esports, especially when you have such a big lead. And I think a big mistake that ORGLESS 5 are probably going to have to rectify for this one is just going to be them sending the wrong agents forward to try and make things happen. I feel like the Sky could have had a lot more agency this game. You know, could have probably played a lot more independently, but it never seemed that happened. Even Bullseye just was not able to find those openings on that jet. And yeah, it seems that when you have two duelists who can't really find those opening frags, who can't get the map control that's necessary to make plays happen, it can get a little bit difficult to score rounds on Bind. I mean, Bind is not for the faint of heart, and Force One,
Indeed.
they most certainly showed us why they considered a very dominant team on this map.
Exactly. And if you're not going to be having smokes with you, right, you're not going to be able to veil yourself while you're entering. And since it's such a teeny tiny opening with a sudden expanse, it really puts the defenders in a really nice spot, a really comfortable spot to take a lot of positions. You have a lot of places to hide in.
Yep.
And all you have to do is just gun them down once you're pushing in. And it's just one small entrance. That's all you have to focus on So it's really a defender-sided map if you're not going to be using smokes at all. And smokes we did not see at all from Logi. But this is what I mean. On the map of Ascend, it's going to be much more fun because I'm pretty sure that Logi doesn't have to use the smokes anymore. And we're going to be seeing more of a duelist, more of an initiator action, a little bit of sentinel action here and there to watch the flying scent. ORGLESS is going to have a much better time. And I feel like it's going to be a more neck and neck match on the last map. And I'm really, really interested in like waiting for it and seeing what is going to happen. And I'm pretty sure the audience is too. So we are going to be setting that map up for you and being quickly back. But in the meantime, you go down to the description, check out the amazing deals, and also pick up a cam and Red Bull to keep your energy going. But we are going to be right back with the third and final map of the matchup.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Esports Club Gauntlet Season 2, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. My name is Floki. Joining me for this one's going to be Quaint. After a very interesting first two maps of Split and Bind, the score being tallied 1-1 between ORGLESS 5 as well as Force 1, we've come to a third and final map. It's going to be Ascent, where Force 1, they've had a history for stomping the crap out of the teams they've faced.
Indeed, and the final map, the decider, is going to be Ascent, which is going to give, like I said, a little bit more room for both the teams to work around with. And it's not going to be, slow passive plays. I feel like it's going to be much more faster, much easily executed. I'm betting on the fact that we're going to be seeing a lot of flashes, so I don't really know which team is going to be winning it out. I am going to be kind of rooting for ORGLESS 5 because I, again, want the underdogs to come up, and I really wanted to because I know these names, and I really wanted to, come out. So that kind of goes to show I also have this small bet with our producer over here for the day, Assassin, for a pizza as to who is going to be winning, and I really think that ORGLESS might be winning it out. So what are your thoughts, though?
I'm thinking that Assassin's gonna have a nice dinner today, but
Come on.
I mean, you gotta be realistic, right? I mean, if you look at facts and if you look at statistics, if you look at history, Force 1 has demolished teams on this map before. Is it gonna happen again? I don't know. The fact that ORGLESS 5 have left this map in the pool means that they are somewhat comfortable with this map being played. So they definitely have some ideas in mind. But so did the other teams that left Ascent in the pool and also picked Ascent against Force 1. And we all remember what happened to Outset Esports. It was 13-0. But I don't know if ORGLESS 5 are going to get the same treatment today, or if ORGLESS 5 are actually going to rise up to the challenge and maybe just give Force a run for their money, and who knows, Quaint? Maybe today's your lucky day. Maybe today is the day where you go home with a pizza.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I was expecting from you, Floki. Well, thank you for that, late coming in. But sure, the agent selection screen is ready, and we are about to jump in to see what battle agents are going to be picking to battle it out on the map of Ascent. And obviously, Bullseye is going to be going for his usual Jet. Chibi's on his Sova. Night Rider teasing us with a KO, which is never going to come through. I've given up at this point. Logi, okay, finally. He's going to be picking up a Killjoy, and I think that he's going to be way better with that than a Smoke. And HVS instead is going to pick up the Smokes. No more Viper. Bye-bye, Viper. Kev coming in the flashes with that Initiator that is Sky, and Knife on a Sova. I think that this lineup on the side of ORGLESS is way better than what they went in with for the map of Bind, and I think it's going to be working out for them. Meanwhile, on the side of Force 1, we're seeing RBK with a Cypher, and boy, oh boy, Floki, if there's any agent that I like seeing, it is Cypher, because honestly, I always love a good Cypher play, and you never know where this sneaky little Cypher is going to be coming out from. Not only is he an information broker, he's always a Phantom, and it also depends upon who's playing Cypher. But at the same time, whichever player has always picked up Cypher, right? I've always seen them be a little bit of a Phantom, and I love seeing Cypher plays. Scargot with his usual Astra pickup, which is going to be really good. Rafa with the usual Race pickup, always aggressive. Shivi, with the Sova, and Knight Rider with his Shed. So I see really good lineups from both sides, and I'm really optimistic for a really, really fun match to be coming up, Floki.
Yeah. Oh, RBK switching over to the Killjoy at the last moment. I don't mind this. I feel like the Killjoy is a lot easier to take advantage of on a map like Ascent. So, hey, kudos to him for just picking that agent up. One last thing, though, before we jump in. I just like Cypher because he has a cool hat.
Okay. Oh, fine. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, no, I'm joking, but I like Cypher too. I just the fact that he is also someone who gives information, and I'm used to playing Sova, who's the initiator, and he gives you information, but a lot more actively. Yeah, that's what I enjoy about Cypher. But enough about that. Let's just jump straight into the game and see what the players are up to as we head into the final match between Force 1 and ORGLESS 5. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, at home. And yeah, this was going to be an interesting one to watch. Almost mirror lineups on both sides, with the exception of Force One having an extra duelist with Rafa playing that race, while the side of wait a second, yeah, Force One is the one with Rafa. I got confused between Force One and ORGLESS 5 for a second there, and yeah, a Sky on the side of ORGLESS 5. Let's see how they manage to make this work.
Yeah,
Double initiators for both the teams. This is going to be interesting.
I kind of agree with you on the Cypher part. The trench coat, the white trench coat, the white hat, honestly, super cool. Look at this. Aggression finally coming in from the side of ORGLESS 5, which is what I always love seeing from them. But both sides went in solo and did manage to get tagged out a lot. But at the same time, they're dishing out a lot of damage as well. Look at the flurry that is coming out. But nobody has spotted our RBK, but he has spotted out a lot of players. Picks up a couple of kills. Knife Jester struck him down, but I don't think that was quick enough. Bullseye evens things out by taking out Chip in a 3v3 situation, but Knight Rider with an insane pixel perfect aim picks up another kill yet for himself. But on the same hand, ORGLESS is looking super strong right now. They still have the spike with them. They can easily go and get the spike plant down, and all they have to do is wait for that last lone Astra, that last lone Scar God to come in. And a beautiful crossfire can be set up by them, and that is exactly what is going to be happening. So I'm going to be calling it from now. Floki, this is going to be the first round going out to the hands of ORGLESS 5, and I'm kind of happy because I feel like that pizza is going to be coming to me, because if history is anything to go by, whenever ORGLESS manages to get the first round, they kind of end up taking the entire match as well. So yeah, Assassin, you're listening, I know, but yeah, get ready with that pizza, buddy.
I wouldn't be too keen. Look at the HP Knight Jester has. It's 30. That means that Scargod almost had the kill. If he got the second burst in, that would have been the round going towards Force One. But still, nonetheless, great try coming in from them. Sure, they're not really able to prevent them from coming in and planting, but I have to hand it to RVK. That man is an absolute beast, single-handedly halting that push for a long time, buying all the time for the rotations to come in. And good on Shivy too, just saving that recon dart. A lot of Soas on Ascent are just going to preemptively use their recon dart to get some information, and it really doesn't make sense on a small map like Ascent. Rotations come in super quick, so you doing that, it really doesn't get you all that much value. Nice tag coming in with the Outdrawn, but it's not going to result in much. Kevin's going to take out Scargod and Knight Rider. He force bought this Marshall, and he's good for one kill with it. Looking for the second, does not connect. Kevin's going to be there to clean up. Out of bullets on the Spectre, switches to the Classic. Now, it's all down to the people in heaven. Kevin's found 4. He's going to look for the ace. RVK might be good for one before he gets spotted out, but he's just going to set his teammate up for that ace. Oh no, they're not even going to give it to him. Okay, they are giving it to him. Go forward and get it for yours. Okay, never mind. This guy is not getting it. He's chilling for now. And, yeah, RVK just trying his best to do some damage. You know, trying his best to force a rifle out of them in the next round. And he gets the ace.
Oh, attaboy, Kev.
Yeah, I wasn't really expecting him to get the ace at first, but then they pushed out and they're like, alright, Kev, you take it, buddy.
Indeed. But yeah, like I said, right, I really like this lineup coming in from ORGLESS, and I feel like this agent selection suits them way more than the previous one.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like Kev playing this guy is already looking really good and has an idea about what he is doing. He also has enough money to drop over the Spectre and pick up a Phantom for himself, so yeah, his teammates are effectively playing a quadruple bonus. Great on them. It's going to make sure they have enough money to buy the next round as well. Maybe light shields to go along with those if they lose, but that's okay. Chivy. Shock Dart has done some damage in the past, and it does do damage this time around as well. Recon Dart comes through. Shock Dart's going out again. The Seeker spotted a couple. RVK takes a bullseye. Logista gets the trade. And now, Knight Rider blinded inside the side in his own cloud burst, looking to find the Bex. He's gonna find one, he's gonna find two, looking for the third. But the Nano Swarm is gonna force him to get dumped into a corner. Rafa's gonna find Logista. There you go, HVS all by himself with the Spectre and a Dream. This is the bonus round that is not really gonna result in them finding much. If there was a Phantom nearby, he could have actually tried, but all the Phantoms are dropped inside the site. So, yeah, he's trapped here. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Drops a star. This is last star there. Could smoke it off. Could use it to gravity well, and yeah, he just smokes it off. And Rafa, an awkward position, catches him off guard. Takes another 30 HP, and Knight Rider looking to finish the job.
Feel like he might be able to pick up a kill, but no. Knight Rider is just super quick on his feet. Picks up a 3K to end things over, and that is going to be the first round I'm going to play for Force 1. And that's good, honestly. It's not like what ORGLESS pulls off in the previous map where they had to go all the way into the 10th round for their first one to come in. Or was it the 6th or 7th? I'm not really sure. But it did take them a really long time, and this is still more neck and neck. This is what I like to see. And this is kind of a really balanced map, and you can play out whatever playstyle you want on, whether you're on the defense or on the attack, and it's not that hard to retake, and neither is it that hard to take a side. So I love the balance of Ascent, and I feel like it's the most neutral map of the game and the most fun on top of that, because since it's so neutral, you have so many playstyles that you can work with. But yeah, like you reacted to that shocker. Did do a little bit of damage, but look at this. Shivi is taking way more with that nanostorm that was beautifully placed. Kev gets a kill. Bullseye gets a second. The B-side execution is coming in hard. RVK, he's going to be able to pull off a few kills. He's still going to be able to help his teammates out, but he's already tagged out, and they have to push it together. And a beautiful wallbang coming in from Night Jester, meaning the RVK is going to be down and out for the count.
What?
But okay, that self-boost coming in from Rafa over there really came in clutch. Got one kill, but it's all of the Scar God. He has clutch out rounds beautifully before, but I don't really think that he can at this point. Because HVA is lurking just around the corner with his Bulldog, and he's upgraded himself to a Vandal, and their economy, Floki, is looking super strong right now.
Absolutely. I mean, they are doing quite well for themselves here. ORGLESS 5, 3 rounds on board, already doing a lot better than some of the other teams that have faced Force 1 on this map. And Force 1, yeah, they've had nightmares on this map before, so yeah, they're just trying to make sure that they don't repeat any of those mistakes again. Well, here's the thing. Force 1, they have played these rounds rather well by holding on, but Knight Rider somehow finds himself 2 picks courtesy of those knives to start things off, leaving the side of ORGLESS 5 in a very difficult 1v3, and he's going for more. He spots out Logista and takes him out. And it's just down to Kev and Logi. And guess what, Kev? He's as good as dead. He just got spammed through the smoke, bot down to 9 HP. Force 1. Have a habit for just destroying other teams on these Seekers. And yeah, they are not going to be too happy about what just happened to them. Kev, just going to try to make the best out of this. Get the orb, die, so you can get the Seekers up and running for the next round. And hopefully the next round, they'll find more success than they did in this one.
But honestly, this entire round goes to Force 1 courtesy of Knight Rider. Those 2 beautiful initial picks, that was just a sight to watch. I'm pretty sure he updrafted twice all the way up over the side. It wasn't even over the initial wall. Just went with a very brave push, and he got those kills, and he fell back down. And honestly, that came in clutch because they didn't have the proper economy.
Left.
Rafa was on a shorty, and pretty sure he has upgraded himself already. But look at this!
Okay.
HUES has picked up 2 kills for himself, and the shorty is going to be coming in clutch.
What?
Kev comes in with a beautiful flank, puts him down and out for the out of his misery, and his Seekers are also up. Loki is also enough time to plant the spike.
10 seconds
He
left.
knows.
He's not gonna use him. I mean, he's in a 1v2. He knows it with 9 points of life. There's nothing he can do here.
I still feel like he could be using them, but anyway, the location has been given out. It all depends upon his aim. That's a really aggressive place over there. He's not afraid to give out his location, but he doesn't give out his location yet. Tries to get a kill, but that was a bit too wide for my liking, and Shivi knew that. He picks up the kill on Kevin. That was a good attempt, though. That, like, you know, the total push together, that was really, really good coming out from ORGLESS over there, and they did a lot of damage again. They also managed to get their ult points up, and look at that, we have 4 ults ready on the side of ORGLESS, so here's to hoping that this round is going to go to them, because I'm seeing a lot of ults coming out. I'm going to be seeing a lot of ults coming out, I'm sure, Floki.
Yep. I mean, this is just the side of ORGLESS 5 getting bamboozled because of Knight Rider and his antics. That was insane stuff. No way, no business whatsoever of the side of Force 1 winning that round, but Knight Rider just makes it work. The double updraft helps them get those kills. Oh boy. I mean, rounds like those is really what defined Force 1 in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, rounds like those where they have no business winning whatsoever, but it's just Knight Rider or Rafa just going crazy when his team needs them to, and they just find all the frags in the world. And guess what? Because of the fact that they won a round that they had no business winning, Knight Rider has saved up enough money for an operator. Those 3 kills and the round victory, giving him a lot of bonus money. Also the defuse. But yeah, primarily just the kills and
But
who
to
else
be
to blame
honest,
for that but himself?
but at the same time, Floki, right? This is why I think that these two teams are really evenly matched, and why I'm liking this matchup so far is because even though it was Knight Rider honestly clutching the entire round out for his team, we still saw a big 200 IQ play coming out from ORGLESS, and they went straight from a 2v5 to a 1v2, and that's not easy. And they did have a proper buy round, and they did have a lot of money to lose, but at the same time, they still have a few guns left in their hands to work with. And that's the thing, since they're so evenly matched, it's really excited to see how these guys are going to be counter-strategizing each other, especially on a really neutral map like Ascent. But on the other maps, you have this possibility of giving away your position a bit too much. But look at that, Knight Rider with the aggression, comes in clutch, gets a kill, but oh no, Bullseye was caught sleeping, gets killed, and it's a meat grinder, Floki, as everybody gets mowed down by the likes of Knight Rider, and his buddies come in clutch at the right time. They come in with a rotate, they come in for saving their buddies back, and oh boy, the timing was just beautiful, and it's back down to a 1v3 with only so much that Knife Jester could be doing. But I'm not really sure why Bullseye missed the first kill, because if he could take out Knight Rider, that would have been really crucial for his team. But unfortunately, that didn't work out. But look at this, Knife Jester still feeling confident. He knows that he has enough time to work with. He's trying to take his spike back. He's trying to take back what is rightfully his and his teammates. Not really confident right now, though, because he has 3 players facing up against him, and they have the spike in their possession. A
30
crossfire
seconds
has been set up. If he does manage to get RVK down, he could go in for a few other kills, but no. RVK is going to peek in at the right time, the right moment, and is going to be popped in Knife Jester's head clean off his torso. 3-3, and again, neck and neck Floki. So I'm really enjoying this match so far, and I'm waiting for the switch up to come in.
Yeah, likewise. I mean, 3 for 3 so far, neck and neck. ORGLESS 5 and F1LS. This is perhaps the most fight that ORGLESS 5 have put up in this entire season so far. They have never looked this good, and I hope for their sake they're actually able to make a dent against F1LS. And you know, I might have spoken in Assassin's favor earlier on, but now I kind of feel like you deserve the pizza.
There we go, pizza boy. Here we go. I'm waiting for that assassin.
Don't get too ahead of yourself. There's still a lot of time remaining in this map, but yeah, let's see what RVK can do. His position revealed through the smoke. Nanoswarm's there to delay. And ScarGod is going to use the gravity well to prevent the push from coming in. And Knight Rider so good, he manages to find Kev with that operator. And ScarGod sprays the ball down. Knight Rider gets the connection and kills off Bullseye with a headshot going through someone else's body. That round, blink and you miss it. First one, they put up a 4th one.
It's a highlight reel clip for sure, and that was an entire massacre that ScarGod put down, Turkey.
Oh yeah.
That was beautiful. And it's so satisfying when you see your spray connect on multiple people and wind up as beautifully as that. I'm pretty sure ScarGod must be doing a little happy dance right now.
Yeah, most certainly could. And for now, ScarGod is just be a little bit more aggressive towards it. I like this. You know, I like this change of pace, but the shock dart from Shivy destroys the all right of the bat. And they're not going to be too happy about that here. ORGLESS 5. They're hoping to get a plant down. You can see RVQ already anticipating that recon dart to come through. Stars laid down here. They're going to pop the lockdown. This is a little weird. Okay, they bought rifles this round. This was not in the eco round coming in for them. Those nanoswarms are going to delay their push. And okay, Bullseye goes in but gets shut down. No players detained. 3 players gathered up towards the defender spawn area. And looks like ORGLESS 5 have already lost 2. It's all going to be down to Knife Jester. The boom bot, it explodes right next to him and takes him out. The owl spots him as well, but Knight Rider's still going to go down. It's a bit too late for him. And Logista's going to find RVK. A 2v3 situation. A hard one to do, but not impossible. That nanoswarm, Rapper's going to have to run away, but Shimmy gets covered in the nick of time. And it's all down to Knife Jester. 46 points of life. 3 people to go up against. And with the Vandal, he just might be able to do it. It's a one-hit headshot, but he doesn't know where they're playing. He's so paranoid. Left. For all he knows, there might be one up B main as well. He's not going to concern himself with that. Try and get the jump on Shivy, but Shivy spots him out. ScarGod goes forward, lines him up, and oh my god, that was Knife Jester. That is a wrong guess. let's go of the Hunter's
10 seconds
Fury.
left.
And it seems that was just a show of dominance coming in from him. And it scares the crap out of Rafa, who comes all the way from market. That recon gonna delay his push, but eventually he will go in. Oh, he spots him out. And Knife Jester, for all the work that he did, it doesn't make that much of a difference. It's all for naught.
I was just gonna say how risky of a move that was from Knife Jester to like go towards those boxes when he wasn't really sure where Rafa was gonna be, but yeah, he got punished for it. But that was a really good attempt coming from Knife over there. And looking,
I think the Hunter's Fury was a lot more riskier than just going up those boxes. But you know, I see what you're saying there. I mean, in those sorts of situations, you just have to flip a coin and take a gamble, right? Because it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. So you know, inaction leads to a slow death. So you might as well just go ahead and give it a try anyway.
Indeed. But again, then that Hunter's Fury, that really threw me off guard. I have no idea what he was doing there, but that was very risky. And if Rafa hadn't repositioned himself, he would have died. But look at this, Knight Rider working his magic yet again, but not for long. Kev comes in with a beautiful Sheriff tap. And Logi is having a little bit of problems with his Sheriff and taking out that recon dart, and he's wasted a lot of time and giving away down. So RBK is obviously not going to let a golden opportunity like that go by without any consequences. But Kev, he's picked up that operator for himself and he feels confident with it. And I feel like he might go down the line, just use that operator more. Because I think that he would be able to pull off a mean operator play. It's only HVS and Knife Jester left. I'm sorry, Kev left. And they do have the spike in their possession. It's a 2v3. It's manageable. And they've got guns for themselves. So that's good. A Phantom and an Operator. They couldn't have asked for more. And they do have their entire health remaining. So honestly, they could work magic over here. But look at this. HVS and Scargod over there are just so close to each other. It's all a matter of who spots out whom first. Scargod, he's looking at A side. He's expecting the A push coming in. But the information has been given out
30 seconds left.
to HBS, but he goes back at the right time. Scargod is looking to capitalize on this. It's going to be hunting them down, but they have no idea that that backstab is going to be coming in. RBK knows that they're going to be going in for a beast. Boy, but look at this mind game over here. Oh no, Scargod! Caught sleeping at the wrong time. That mind game worked out for ORGLESS, and 10 seconds left on the clock. Enough time for them to plant it down, and they know that they have called their bluff and they have gone all the way to B. And the setup time is immaculate. They have a lot of time to work with. And RBK, okay. He's gonna use his lockdown, and that's a really good place to use it. Nobody's gonna be able to destroy it unless somebody can push it in from heaven. But little does he know, the spike has been planted for A main. And if a crossfire is not gonna be coming in from HPS and Kev, it's not gonna be working out for them. But yes, beautiful flash, but Floki, what just happened there?
RBK, what an absolute beast. Ah, that was beautiful by him. And he recovers the operator. Ah, close one. You can see why they're not to be trifled with on a map like Ascent.
Why? Why is ORGLESS being a little too greedy? I have no idea why. That flash was beautiful. And I was gonna comment on how beautiful that flash was to like fake it away and stop him from defusing it. And they really should have peeked out together. Not really sure why they're giving them individual fights.
Yeah, that was a little weird. But for the time being, Force 1 are gonna have 6 rounds up on board. This probably prompts okay, they have a buy coming in this time around. They have a proper buy. They've got the Phantoms and Vandals to work with. And looks like they are not really gonna find anything to start things off here, but I like the slower approach coming in from ORGLESS 5. You know, they overcorrected for their mistake in that second game. Started going a bit too fast at times, and this time around, they're gonna take this sweet time in getting map control, but they're not gonna take too much time either. You can see they've gained significant ground. Chivy, or sorry, not Chivy, rather, their SOA player, that's Knife Jester, is up towards Catwalk, and for the time being, he's just trying to make sure that no one is really able to push out from mid. He has the flank covered, but is the main offense actually going to bear fruit? That's the question. Scargod took one star back, puts on another on the smoke. Rampa misses with a showstopper, but Scargod went unchecked. And the crossfire is beautiful. That's what RBK managed to take out Knife Jester as well, and Scargod cleaned up on the Jester. HVS is all by his lonesome. dusted. Knight Rider. Ah, boy. Looks like his friend's car got a headshot for him and that allowed him to live. Interesting.
So honestly, the only problem I see here right now, Floki, is the untimed aggression. The aggression is nice, the aggression is tight, it's solid, but it's not timed properly. Not seeing the flashes coming in. And I am not seeing a lot of smokes coming in from HVS either, and they have to be placed. Because I feel like the only problem that ORGLESS has right now are smokes. That's all they're lacking in. And once they know how to use the smokes properly and how to like block vision at the right time, I feel like they're gonna like go great strides and become a way better team. But I'm not really sure why. I'm not seeing that yet.
Yeah, it just seems that they just a little bit off point. They're not really doing the due diligence. Bullseye, he just dashes in on the jet with the cloudburst, and puts him in a good spot, but puts himself in a good spot. But the issue is the people who come behind him, they haven't really checked the corners, and Skargot just, despite being fully blinded, was just able to sit there and punish them for coming in like that.
Yeah.
And
Indeed.
ORGLESS 5 now once again are going to be relegated to a bit of an eco. They buy up some sheriffs and look to do some economic damage over towards Force 1. But Force 1, and they have all the money in the world to work with. I mean, they're not going to be too bothered even if they end up losing the operator on Knight Rider. That's completely fine by them. He's got enough money to buy 2 operators in a row. Rafa. Okay, this can be okay this time around. Nothing to really put him out of position. Playing a cheeky cubby area. 3 people spotted. The ground evil comes through as well. The recon doesn't reveal him, but the Nano Swarm comes in. There he is. He has to run and gun, and Kev gets the better of him. Shivy goes for a blind shot. Oh, no, not Shivy, but Knight Rider goes for a blind shot. Misses, falls back. Takes out his knights, and there you go. There's the backup that you needed. Shivy and Arike come in. Knight Rider somehow, with 1 knife right click, managed to find 2 kills. Insane
Last
stuff coming
round
in from
in the
him.
half.
And a little bit of a teabag over there to boot to finish things off in style on top of that Floki. But yeah, that was good aggression there, but they didn't have the guns on top of that. It's just a little bit of confusion coming in from them that I was not expecting at all. ORGLESS 5, they're going with good takes, but I'm seeing them cover the same angles a bit too much. Like they're going in properly, but they're all looking at the same place. They're not covering angles. They're not clearing corners. They're not using as many utilities, and they're being punished for it.
Yep. And this time around, they're going to remedy it by putting 3 people towards A. They're trying to set up for a fake. The spike all the way towards B shot, and looks like Bullseye might actually sell it. The drone coming in a bit aggressively, and Rafa pushing in. They might not anticipate this. Rafa, oh no, he could be their kryptonite here. As look at that, Shivy's even baiting for him, but the battle was spotted. It doesn't matter. Logista is gonna get cleaned up, and the spike has been dropped. And even though Rafa has gone down, he's given his team a winning chance. The Seekers come out, all going in different directions. Gives them a good idea as to the whereabouts of the players on Force 1. But Force 1, they're just trying to make sure they know where the hit's coming from. It's coming towards that B side, and Shivy gets spotted. Gets back all the way down, but as the Hunter's Fury could stop the plant from coming in. Does he go for it? That's the question. No, he does not. Saving it for the eventual lockdown that might be available on the Killjoy in the next round. 1 point away from it. Good awareness by Shivy. They're gonna try to play this with their guns out, and the fact that they already have 8 rounds means that they aren't wait, never mind, this is the last round. He needs to pop that Hunter's Fury now. So, yeah, I wonder if he's gonna do that. The shock dart comes through. Okay, never mind. REK is gonna get taken out, and the Hunter's Fury is let loose. It doesn't connect on anyone, but Knight Rider has been set up for a kill. Thanks to that, pulls out the Sheriff. Cannot connect. Bullseye getting the 4th kill. Looking for the 5th. Gets the ace. Oh boy, insane stuff. 2 aces
Switching
in
sides.
1 half for the side of ORGLESS 5. I mean, I don't know what's up. I mean, this team, they weren't really playing up to the mark up until this point, but as soon as they face Force 1, something just clicks together. And even though these guys are down 4 rounds, this is the best performance that they've put up so far.
Or more consistency with whatever they're doing right now if they keep the magic happening, and I really think that a comeback is possible and in the works. Which I think is possible, and honestly, I have to remain hopeful, right? I can't really give away that pizza, so.
I mean, I think you are going to be owing Assassin a pizza at this
There we
rate. I
go.
mean, first one, they're looking really strong. They need to win the pistol here. They have no real choice, the side of ORGLESS 5, and it starts rather well for them. They deal a fair amount of damage over to Knight Rider. I'm not too sure if there is a heal. Oh no, there's no heals available, so yeah, he's just unfortunately going to be playing on around 38 HP. And SVS is going to be holding that mid area. Didn't buy the light shields. I wonder what he did, but Kev takes out Knight Rider somehow. Gets revealed by the drone, but he's still fighting and standing strong. The gravity will enables him to do so. He's gonna die to the paint shells, and if not the paint shells, then Rafa himself. Wait, HVS actually stepped back into those paint shells and took some damage. That was unnecessary. 3v3 situation now, but it's all the healthy players. It looks like first one, they're gonna take a bit of a detour and go back towards mid, where there's only Knife Jester waiting for them on that Sova. Does he have the drone at the ready? No, he does not. Only a recon dart, and it goes to his name, Rafa. He's not looking in the right direction. The spike is gonna get dropped, and Knife Jester deals some decent damage before he falls. It's now down to Bullseye. Whips the first shot, dashes away, spots out the other player as well, setting up for Logista, but Logista cannot find the picks. Gets spotted out, and RVK cleans him up. As now Bullseye caught an ace in the previous round.
Spike planted.
Got some style points for that, but now his team actually needs him to perform in a 1v2 situation. A bit of an attempt at a crossfire that's not really going to bear any fruit, and Bullseye knows he has a 1v1 towards the side. He's just going to try and run in and bait out a reaction from RVK. RVK is going to get spotted. He should at least get the half tap in. Shivy thinking about running it. Bullseye, he's taking the defuse. He's not moving at all. Shivy is just been outplayed. Shivy was a bit too big brain for his own good, and he's not happy about that. ORGLESS 5, they keep themselves alive over here, and it's all thanks to Bullseye. May not be the clutch they needed. Sorry, it may not be the clutch they deserve, but it was the clutch they needed.
Indeed. And that honestly was a bit too close for comfort. I really didn't think that it was going to stick the entire defuse. I really thought it was going to happen out. Duke it out with Shivy, probably wouldn't deal, and then go back in for the second half of the defuse, but that worked out for him beautifully well. And it's good that he did. Like you said, it's not the win that they deserve, but it's the win that they needed, and boy, did they need it desperately. It's 8-5 on the scorecards, which is not that bad. 2 more rounds, and they're going to be tying things up on the scorecards, and I feel like it might be possible. And I always think that ORGLESS is way better on the defense than on the offense on any map for that matter. I'm not really sure why, but it always works out for them. Like, look at that. Bullseye dishing out a lot of damage to Knight Rider. He just takes a slap in the face and goes back crying. He has to regroup with his teammates and go in for a site take, which I'm guessing is a site of B. 4 players remaining for Force 1. Scar got pushed up in the market. Really dangerous over there because he's alone. No backup. If HVS manages to watch or like spot out Scargod in the nick of time, Scargod is also low, so he is going to be going down. Vulnerable. Not really working out for Force 1 right now. Low-key. There are 3 players remaining, and Knight Rider is super low, and I'm pretty sure Knife Jester can pick up at least 2 kills. But okay, he's going to get spotted out and wall-banged to hell. Logi is going to be coming in to save his teammate, but he's just going to be falling back to the side and waiting for them to push in, which is the wiser of the 2 options because they've got 5 players to work around with. They don't really have to risk anything at this point, but they still are. HBS takes up a lot of damage. RVK gets 1 kill. HBS picks up the slack for his teammates. 4 kills, another ace possible, but no Knight Rider. It's going to be shutting him down with a beautiful tap and a beautiful flick of the wrist on that Marshall on top of that. Kev, he's just going to be like, no, we've given away too many resources anyway, and the final kill is going to be going to him. 8-6, and the score is not bad at all, Loki. How are you feeling about this?
I mean, ORGLESS 5, they're definitely starting to make a bit of a comeback here, but this is the trial by fire, the acid test, the litmus test, you name it, this is it. If they win this round, then they're going to be in a good spot. They can tie things up and put Force 1 in an uncomfortable position. But if Force 1 take this round, then all that hard work will be for naught. They'll have 1 more round to go because this is going to be a bit of a bonus round. They have... I mean, I say it's a bonus round. Okay, it is a bonus round. Never mind. They are running the Sheriffs and Coasts on the other players here. So yeah, even if they lose this round, no harm, no foul. They have enough to buy the next one, and that's all that really matters. Oh no, Bullseye is dead. Or is he? Just dashes away. No bullet in his face. He is going to be alive for the time being. And lives to tell the tale to his children as the side of Force One. They get some decent map control in return. And Scargot has actually snuck in that smoke just to cover up the sentry. Is the killjoy aware? He's going to get double peeked here. And Knight just takes him out. As RVK is probably going to be scratching his head after seeing that, confused as to what's happening. And now ORGLESS 5 with 5 players alive. Knight Rider is going to find this guy, not looking in the right direction, but HVS gets his revenge. One taps Knight Rider to oblivion. It's all down to Bullseye. Play from heaven, that Spectre. Not the most effective of weapon at that range. As even though he connects, he doesn't do all that much damage. Rafa, he can create some space for his team. Has the boom bot and the satchels at the ready. The gravity
30
well
seconds left.
outside towards Catwalk, but it doesn't catch anyone. A 4-week 3
Spike
plant
planted.
coming in from Force One. Shock dart. Oh, it does clip onto Rafa, and Rafa gets taken out. Nice cosmic divide coming through, and guess what? RVK is gonna get played like a fiddle around it. As it's all down to Chivy. Good old Chivy just getting ran at. And there you go. 3 upgrades for 4 of their players. Their economy is seeing massive dividends being paid off. Tons and tons of stonks here for the side of ORGLESS 5 and Force One. They're not gonna be too pleased about that. That was their first buy down the drain.
Indeed, and yeah, like you said, songs indeed, and it's gonna be the exact opposite for Force One right now because that was a really crucial round for them, and since they lost it out, they're gonna be forced into an eco, and this is gonna be an almost definite win going over to this side for ORGLESS. But we've seen miracles happening before. We've seen amazing plays with Just Sheriffs and Spectres, so who knows? We might see a clutch coming in the works from the side of Force One, but I'm kind of dubious about that, and I feel like it's gonna be an even Stevens 8-8 on the scorecard so far. But anyway, it looks like it's gonna be a hard B take, but no, there is a lurker on the side of A in the form of Knight Rider. Look at the 2 turrets going at each other. Kind of funny, not gonna lie. But here,
Rafa, he got spotted there, but he's okay.
indeed, and they do have to go in for a little bit of a split take right now. Otherwise, it's not gonna work out for them. They're all gonna be pushing in from that teeny tiny spot. This is B main, but I'm liking what the defenders are doing right now. They're holding their own. They're holding positions really well. They know the proper openings and the proper angles, and it's just slowing down Force One a lot. And they're playing with their time a bit too much. And look at that, Logi steps out at the right time and taps RVK out of existence. 1 player down and out for the count, and that's exactly what they needed because they have 50 seconds left on the clock to get things done. And it doesn't look like Force One is doing much at this point. Logi in deep sight gets 1 kill, looking for the second. Might get taken out by Shibby, but no, the spike planter is going to be going down to that. This Logi puts up a 180-degree, tries to get the kill, but no, he misses. Knife Jester, however, is going to be there on site to back his teammate Buddy Boy up. That is going to be the 8th round coming to play for the side of ORGLESS, and a beautiful round with that. We've evened it up yet again, Floki, and now it's going to get interesting.
Absolutely. With things now even Force One, they're going to start to feel the heat a little bit. They might just start to get inside their own heads and have a rough time beating out this defense coming in from ORGLESS 5. It just looks stellar so far. And the fact that, they actually won their bonus round, it's just proved to pay so many dividends for them. 7,000 creds on Bullseye and HVS. Knife with 6 and Kev with 4. This is insane. They have money for days here, and it looks like they are just going to completely demolish the side of Force One if Force One do end up dropping this round as well and end up dropping the ball. Scargot pushing in towards shot. So worry about Kev though. Kev, here's the readout, so he knows that something's up. He's gonna let go of the wolf. It's gonna see only 1 player so far, the Astra, but the recon dot should tell him that something is in the making. Nice Hunter's Fury coming in from Shivy as he tags up Kev and makes it a little bit easier to find him. Bullseye is gonna find Knight Rider in return, throws out a couple of smokes, and is waiting for that heaven push to come in. He is in a bit of a rock and a hard place, and Scargot is gonna take him out, cleans him up. The first sign of life that Force One have shown on this attacking half. And Knife Jester is quickly taking it away as well as he gets RVK. Makes it a 3v3 for his team. The lockdown available. The Hunter's Fury already used by Shivy. This means that they are going to be able to retake the site. They have to push here. Rafa and Shivy, they will destroy the lockdown. Was that the shock dart? That might have been the shock dart. I'm not too sure what destroyed it. And Gonna be waiting for the push to come in, but Chivy has been revealed by that drone, and HVS sees
Last
one player
standing.
looking to triangulate the last one's position, and he's managed to do so. As he finds Rafa just chilling under heaven, and ORGLESS 5, they put up a ninth round on board.
You don't
Starting to
deserve.
get a little worried for Assassin here. He might actually just end up owing you pizza after all.
Yeah, I was just gonna say pepperoni. Thank you very much. But anyway, I'm loving what ORGLESS is putting up right now because they're looking super strong. And like I said, they're always somehow better on the defense than on the offense. Somehow.
Yeah, they absolutely are. I mean, it's very weird to see that. I mean, usually you consider the defense to be a little bit easier, but ORGLESS 5 has just played force on around like a fiddle. And you can see all the utility that's preemptively laid down by Scargod. He just wants to try and help his teammates to the best of his ability. Smoke goes out to a teammate, but it's actually BT coming in, and Knight Rider is going to get shut down instantly. Logista is going to be there to clean him up. Rafa, the secondary unit, looking to make something happen, but Logista is going to clean him up as well. Line just to get Scargod with a shock dart.
Strike down,
Nano Swarm combination along with the gravity, not the Nano Swarm, but rather the gravity well along with the shock darts there, and it's nothing. And RVK gonna find one, looking for the second, does not find it. Logista takes him out, and that's the end of that. Bullseye was yeah, he was just chilling towards A-main, you know, just waiting for the push that never came. And now they have two ultimates at the ready here on defense. They have the Hunter's Fury as well as the Seekers. Could play a little bit more aggressively if they want to here, Quaint.
But on top of that, so does RBK have his lockdown. So we might see one round going to force one, but that's about it because we are seeing double digits on the side of ORGLESS, and they're gonna be finishing things off on their best foot forward, which is the defense. So looking hopeful for them. This might be the underdog story that we've been waiting for. Bullseye tries to get an initial pot shot, doesn't work out for him, and he's going to be dashing out of side. Rafa tries to get a second kill, but no. Knight Rider is going to be finishing it off instead, and the entire team is going to be rushing in, and there's only so much that ORGLESS can do. And they're just going on a rampage right now. Only 2 players left. Logi picks up 1 kill, brings it down to a 2v4. Still manageable. The spike plant is going to be coming in, and Knife
Spike planted.
and Logi, they have to be playing together. Post plant situation is going to be set up. The positions have been put in, but there's only so much you can do because whenever you're going to be going in, you're going to be facing down barrels of 4 hungry players. I don't think it's going to be working out for them. There is one at A mains waiting for a flank coming in, but there is no flank. If Knife can wallbang under heaven and manage to kill Rafa, it is a very takeable round. But they're wasting way too much time, Floki. Way too much time.
They can't. They're trying to find any sorts of openings against Force One, and Force One not giving them any. There is a shock dart available. He might just find some exits. Gets one, gets two. They line up 3. They almost managed to get all the kills, but it's too little, too late. And even though the Logista's sentry got them a kill, they are not going to be able to convert that into a round win. Force One will put one up on board, but it's so costly. They've lost 3 rifles that they're gonna have to repurchase in the coming round, and that means less money for utility. That's just painful. Spectre's up on Rafa and Shivy. Scargod.
Out of charges.
Can he even buy the Spectre with full shields? Will he have enough money remaining for the stars? Oh, never mind. He's been dropped the Phantom, so he's gonna be A-okay. RVK is there to help him out. But man, this is such a close game from both these teams. ORGLESS 5 and Force One keeping all of us at the edge of our seats. But one of them is going to walk away with the match.
It's so nice that we predicted it so well. We were really thinking that it's going to be a really close one, and it is.
Oh wow, the alarm bot got destroyed thanks to that shortcut coming in from Shivy. And Bullseye is going to find Knight Rider to start things off. Even though the alarm bot went down, that's perfectly fine. Logista has a nanostorm thrown in his general direction. A lockdown is going to be there as well, but it's going to get instantly destroyed by the Hunter's Fury.
down, B.
There you go, the side being completely locked from it, completely locked from Force One, and Force One just having a rough time getting out there. Both of them are going to be spotted thanks to the Seekers, and RVK, he's just done for. I like this. Bullseye just playing around with his food. And RVK with 25 points of life is going to try and back off. There's an operator there on the ground. He might be able to pick it up and clutch it out. But no, he's instead going to go and try to recover the spike. But look at the cleverness. Look at the smartness on the side of ORGLESS 5. They close the door and make sure that the only option he has is to take a direct fight against them. Guess what? He's not going to be able to win that. 30 points of life. HVS They will take him out and recover the operator as ORGLESS 5 getting dangerously close to match and map point.
Yes, Loki. This has been very interesting, like I said. And
in this reality.
it's weird
Let's
how
see now.
ORGLESS is so good on the defense, but on the attack, it's just because I don't see a lot of those utilities coming in. I don't see that coordinated push coming in. Even if it does come in, the utilities are really key in Valorant here. But it's not like other tactical shooters where you can just rely on raw aim. So they kind of have to learn and understand from that. Otherwise, they're a very, very strong team.
Yep. Well, looks like first one. They're gonna be doing a bit of an eco here. Oh no. It's gonna try and play for overtime. That is a little bit hard. If anything, they want to try and get the spike down so they have enough money to buy the next. And Kev is gonna find Rafa napping, and Kev is gonna punish Scargod to Shimmy. Gets the trade, but it's at 1 HP. And Knight Rider, this Jet, it does not revive him, but it does find kills elsewhere on the map. HES gets picked off. Rafa, sorry, not Rafa rather, but I think that was Killjoy backing off there. Interesting stuff happening here. Logista and Knife, they sort of all love Shivy. Oh no, that recon that fails, but Knight Rider, he could line them up, finds one, but the second kill does not come through. Logista trades it out, and there you go. Shivy with 1 point of life. A sheriff in a dream. He's gonna try and keep first one in this game. They've got what they wanted. They gotten the spike down, which was what they were looking for, but Shivy can't do much here. He's gonna get cleaned up. As ORGLESS 5 dangerously close towards that match and map point. First one. I don't think they were anticipating this when they woke up today, but boy, this is not the first one we're used to seeing.
Indeed. And honestly, I'm not even gonna blame Force One because again, like I said, the players that I'm seeing in on the side of ORGLESS, I've seen them before. I've seen them playing other tactical shooters. I've seen how they can play. I just think that they have to take a little time off to get used to the game of Valorant. Otherwise, they're a really strong team. It's just gonna take a little bit of time, and they're gonna be one of the strongest teams again. And I wouldn't even call it an underdog team because I know them. They're so good. And Force One and ORGLESS are really evenly matched, and this is probably one of the best matches I've seen to date. Because look at that. Look at the aggression. Look at the precision. Look at the coordination. I'm just loving both of these teams right now. And this is probably the most neck and neck match that we've seen today. And it goes to show. But here we go. Force One is looking in. They're going in for the kills, and they're looking for those for that win. And this is the final round, the match point on top of that. Loki, this is a really crucial round for them. They cannot be giving away a lot of resources, but they actually are. Scargod does manage to pick up a kill on Kev, but it's still a 2v3 situation. The player advantage is not on their side. Loki is probably going to get a kill for himself. Spots out Scar. Scar misses, and that's going to be paying. He's going to be paying heavily for that. Bullseye comes into the clutch.
Shivy.
That's that kill, but Shivy, being the cheeky guy that he is, gets Bullseye. The operator's down and out for the count. 1v2 situation. Yet again, it's Shivy. Left to clutch things out. He can pick up that operator and make magic happen, but I don't really think he wants to. He wants to play with that Vandal. He's going to go in for that. Spike plant. He's playing it dangerously close, and Logi knows this is the last round, and he's not going to be risking it at all.
Oh boy.
The timing,
Wow.
Loki, the timing. Knife jumps in like a hero, like the savior, comes in and clutches it out.
Quaint, I guess you
Defender
are.
wins.
Your feeds are richer, my friend.
Indeed. Okay, I'm so proud of myself for predicting this though, but yeah. Just yeah.
Wow, that is absolutely insane. ORGLESS 5, a team that has struggled to put up a single map in the second season, have managed to take out the top contenders from the previous season, first one, in a 3-map affair. I did not see this coming, but Quaint, you did. Tell me how.
Sir. Because, like I said, this is probably the millionth time that I'm saying this. I see these guys and I see true potential, and I was like hoping that, okay, they've played at it before. I don't think they put a lot of effort into it, but based off of just the first map, I see a lot of improvement. I see that they've put in work. They've put in that oil, that back grease, and they've grinded out Valorant, and I feel like they're a much stronger team. And they're equally matched to Force One, I would say. And down the line, whatever matches they're going to be playing against each other is going to be super enticing as well. But yes, this match, as enticing as it was, has to be relived. So the match highlights are ready. We're going to be jumping straight into that. And Floki, I've talked a lot about this, and I've been saying that I feel like ORGLESS is going to be winning it out. So I want you to take out the match highlights and give us your take on it.
I mean, I have to say, it felt like REK was performing out of his mind on Force One.
Sure.
Every single map, this man has absolutely delivered, and Ascent was no exception. The rounds that they won were thanks to REK's hard work and sometimes Knight Rider as well. But I just felt like Force One, they just did not anticipate August 5 to be such a well-rounded and a well-polished team. I mean, I'm very surprised by what I saw today. August 5 is not playing the way they used to play when I saw them earlier. These guys are on another level. Knight Rider, he caught them that one win in the eco round with his knives out, and I think he might just get MVP for that. But at the end of the day, you can't just rely on one or two people to make plays happen. You have
Indeed.
to work on it as a team together, and it just see that today that teamwork and that synergy was. I wouldn't even say it was a little off. I just think that the team as a unit just did not anticipate the side of ORGLESS 5 to be
Yeah.
such a strong team. And, just cut some slack over to Force 1, you have to remember, ORGLESS 5 was 0-4-0 in the groups before this match.
Yeah, exactly. And this is their saving grace, Loki. They finally can breathe a little easier. They can go down the line. They know what works for them. They know the momentum that they have. And honestly, if you guys are listening in, I really think that your attack has to be improved a little bit. Otherwise, a really strong team. Not seeing as many utilities that I would like to see. But you fix that, and you can honestly work your way back up again. And I am really expecting to see them go up the ladder.
Yeah, I have to say, look, just the change up of him playing something else that wasn't a smoking agent
Told
really
you.
seemed to pay off. And even Kev on that Sky, it was a pleasant surprise to see him play it as well as he was playing that race. So kudos to him for managing to do that. Bullseye also had his moments with the operator. There were times where he whiffed, but other times he just absolutely carried his team on his back. And it's rounds like those that separate the wheat from the chaff. And clearly, it's August 5 showing us that even though they may not have had a good run so far, these guys, they can certainly do it when it comes down to the nitty gritty. And when you get them into a corner, well, they do
Yeah.
bite back hard. I
Indeed.
mean, this is just. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the Oculus 5 when I wasn't expecting this at all.
I don't think anybody was, except me. But yeah.
Absolutely.
But really,
I mean, I really have to hand it to you. I don't know how you saw it coming. Maybe you made a deal with the devil, and maybe you bargained a little bit cheaper. Perhaps you should have asked for something a little bit more than a pizza.
yeah,
But
I definitely sold my soul for pizza. Yes, Floki. That's exactly what I did.
yeah, I mean, clearly, there's no other way you could have filtered it, right? Nah, I'm just messing with you. But yeah, man, like August 5, the fact that they could go from an 8-4 deficit to a map win, it speaks volumes not only about their skill together as a team, but also their mental fortitude. Many times when you are cut down the dumps 8-4, even though you win that initial pistol, in the back of your mind, you're still thinking to yourself, oh man, the enemy team, they kind of won and they've got all these rounds on us. Even if we win this round, we're not going to be able to make a comeback. But the Oculus 5 didn't let that deter them. They kept a level head, and throughout this series, they gave us a reason to respect them. I mean, Ascent, a map where Force One completely demolished Outset Esports, they ended up losing out to Oculus 5. And I think somewhere or the other, Force One, they're going to be kicking at them, and they're not going to be too pleased with how they played because clearly, Oculus 5 it shouldn't have been their game. Given the number of rounds that Force One took on defense, starting things off, this was clearly their game to lose. And unfortunately, that sad nightmare became a reality. But you know what, Quaint? Let's have a look at the group standings and see how this affects the group, and see where Force One and August 5 are positioned.
Yeah. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Team Valor way up there. Force One with their second loss of the entire season. They still got 8 points working for them. So that's still decent. That's still fine. They still won out one map. And honestly, that is a really crucial round. Just because they won out that one map, which is the second one, they still are staying up there amongst the top 4. And good on them. Down the line, I feel like they're just gonna keep getting better. And already they're really good. But the room for improvement is more for ORGLESS. They're way down at the bottom, and they have to get a move going on, and they can't really afford to lose out any of the matches from here on out. or else they're going to get relegated. Like you have Outset and Cohesion there too. 1 win, 4 losses. It's still not bad. ORGLESS has tied themselves up with Cohesion. And FS with a win and 3 losses. If they do another second one, they are going to be going straight back up. Cohesion is going to come drop straight down. And I'm hopeful for ORGLESS. And so far, the season 2, Floki, has been really, really interesting because we've seen so many name changes, brand changes, a few players going here and there, and so many change-ups in styles and strategies and the way these guys are working the field. And it's just amazing how some of these teams that we really expected to come out on top and never lose or like just have a clean sweep, started losing against teams that have potential and we know are good, but it's just something that we didn't expect.
I mean, that's the nature of the gauntlet. The more you play against the enemy teams, the more you learn about their strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
And Valor has shown us that it's possible to beat Giants. Today, it was ORGLESS 5. I don't know who it's going to be tomorrow, and that's why you guys need to stay tuned in. So make sure you bookmark the page. Also, make sure that you check out the links in the description for all the new stuff, all the WD Black storage devices, as well as AMD Ryzen Radeon CPUs. I'm sure if you need an upgrade, they can help you out with that. Also, make sure you get yourself a can of Red Bull. But sponsor callouts aside, I mean, I have to say, it just seems that every single lip we come into the gauntlet, we tend to take it for granted. But today, August 5 showed us that, if you think that they're just going to roll over and die, and if you think that these teams who are in the bottom are going to give up easily, well, then you're going to be in for a huge surprise because August 5, they've definitely shown us why they're not to be underestimated and why all the other teams should also be looking over their shoulders for them. Well, let's have a look at today's match before we call it a day and see what other match we have waiting for you. It's going to be coming in just a little bit of time. And the match that you're waiting for is True Rippers versus Enigma Gaming. A best of 3 that I'm quite sure you're going to be glued to your seat to try and watch. And make sure you catch it at 8 o'clock at 8 p.m. Until then, it's going to be me and Quaint signing off. Thank you for tuning in. You're watching LG Ultragear presents the Esports Club Gauntlet Season 2, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you come back at 8 o'clock for the next match of the day.
2, 3, let's go.